following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening from the Doghouse in Baldwin City. It feels like it's been forever since we've been here at home for Bulldog basketball, but we are back. Bryce Kessler, Ryan Hilmer, after a long road stretch. We haven't been here at home since January 31st, but welcome back here for the final game of the regular season as the Baldwin Bulldogs get set to host the Bonner Springs Braves. Sub-State starts next week. The boys will play Tuesday. The girls will play Wednesday as the postseason begins, but one final tune-up, and it should be a good one as the Bonner Springs girls come in at 15-4, the number 6 ranked team in 5A to take on the 13-6 Bulldogs, who have won 5 in a row, the longest winning streak for the Baldwin girls in the last 3 years. And on the boys' side, it's a 15-4 Baldwin team ranked number 7 against a 13-4 Bonner Springs team that has some really good talent on their side as well. So it should be a fun night of hoops. Glad you're with us here. Just get started on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Plenty more to come right after this on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Baldwin and Bonner Springs coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live. It's the Baldwin State Bank pregame show, and I feel whole again. We're back home, and I've got Ryan Hilmer back with me. It's been a few games, Ryan, but you know what they say, when you're stolen, when people want to steal you away, that's a compliment. They like the talent, but we're glad to have you back with us tonight. And it should be some good basketball here tonight with Bonner Springs coming to town.
Yeah, no, it's good to be back. Excited to be back at home again, watching the Bulldogs again. This is where they like to play at home, so we'll see coming out tonight if they come out hot, and see if the seniors can go out tonight on a hot streak. And it should be a pretty good game, as you mentioned. Bonner Springs, pretty good team coming in, so girls got to be ready tonight, boys as well. It's going to be a good doubleheader here to round out the regular season.
Girls are 5-1 at home this year. The boys are 7-2. The Doghouse has been kind to these programs this season, and a challenge tonight as it's the number 6 Bonner Springs Braves taking on the 13-6 Baldwin Bulldogs. The girls coming off of a 54-30 win at Jeff West on Tuesday, a 20-0 run in the first and second quarters for Baldwin to blow that game open early on. Their top 3 scorers were all in double figures again for the second time in the last 4 games. They forced nearly 30 turnovers and shot 23 more free throws than Jeff West. Those two things usually going to result in good results. When that's the case, they extended their winning streak now to a season-high 5 games. It's the longest win streak of the last 3 years for the Baldwin girls. But tonight, they will try and upend the Bonner Springs Braves, who, despite being 15-4, are coming actually in off of back-to-back losses. The Braves losing on Tuesday night at Spring Hill, 62-46. The game prior to that, they fell to DeSoto, 59-53. So 2 straight losses. Those 2 losses ending what was a 12-game winning streak for the Braves that had them climbed all the way up to number 3 in the 5A polls. So the Braves may be reeling a little bit right now, so they're certainly going to come in here looking to get back in the win column and try and set themselves up for the postseason, because they have their thoughts on going deep into the postseason. But right now, coming off of back-to-back losses. We'll take a timeout, come back, and take a look at the matchups, get to know the opponent, the Braves, who are coming into this one at 15-4 to take on your 13-6 Baldwin Bulldogs. More of the Baldwin State Bank pregame show is coming up right after this. The Baldwin State Bank pregame show, personal service from people who care, and that's what you get at your hometown community bank. Whether it's personal finances, business money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm Insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Baldwin Bulldogs and the Bonner Springs Braves coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. So here's what we're up against tonight. The 15-4 Braves, who are led by Mariah Noel, a 6-foot senior All-State guard, and she's the real deal. She's a good one. She's headed to Ole Miss next year, so when you're going off to play your college ball in the SEC, I guess that means you're pretty good, Ryan, and she is certainly a good ball player, and the Bulldogs will have their hands full with her tonight.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably an underestimation to say that, or an understatement to say they need to be prepared for her tonight. That's probably going to be the key of all the defenses surrounding her, and have to stop her. That's the number one key, clear the glass, and then see if Baldwin can't push the pace going the other way and get some easy baskets of their own.
So Ren Van Cleve is another former All-League player. Did not make the All-League team as a junior, was on the All-League team as a sophomore. Van Cleve, a 5'10 senior for the Braves. They have another 6-footer in Mackenzie Campbell. So they've got some size there. It's like right there, that's basically 3 6-footers in this line, and then a 5'10 guard as well, and a 5'5 freshman that rounds out their starting lineup. So 4 of their 5 starters at 5'10, 6 foot, and 6 foot. We know Baldwin, they're not a team that boasts a bunch of size, so we'll see how that plays a factor in this game. Now, a lot of this lineup for Bonner Springs, the same as it was last year. A lot of the Baldwin lineup, the same as it was last year. And despite that, Baldwin picked up a win in the matchup a year ago. Baldwin winning 45-40 in Bonner Springs. It was their 6th straight win over the Braves, who haven't beaten Baldwin since 2013. So even though we know there's talent on that Bonner Springs side, Baldwin has a little confidence because they have been able to handle that. Last year, Noel had 20 against the Bulldogs, but they still won that game as they held them to just 40 points. So there is a little bit of a recipe there for Baldwin, and they are familiar. It's not like they've never seen Noel play before. They're very familiar with what they're up against, and there perhaps is a little bit of confidence. They're on their home floor. It's senior night. They're riding a 5-game winning streak. Why not tonight to keep it rolling?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Number one, and we know Bonner's got a lot of talent, but Baldwin's got a lot of talent as well, and they love playing here at home, and especially, like you said, on senior night, a lot of these girls want to go out on a high note on their last regular season game, maybe their last home game ever, so they're going to have to be ready tonight. They're going to have to be a little bit competitive on the glass. They might not win the edge on the glass tonight, but they're going to have to be competitive, and I also think knock down some shots from outside, because you mentioned that size inside. If they can stretch the floor a little bit offensively, knock down some outside shots, that's going to go a long way tonight.
We'll take a look at our State Farm Insurance game plan when we come back as the Bulldogs host the Bonner Springs Braves. Coming up here, you're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show on Baldwin Sports Live.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to. Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show as the Bulldogs get set to host the Bonner Springs Braves. Let's take a look at our State Farm Insurance game plan tonight. And for the girls on this game, as we talked about a little bit, stop the supporting cast. To me, that's what it comes down to for Baldwin in this game. Noel's good enough. She's going to get hers. I don't think you can come into a game, Ryan, and say, well, we got to keep Noel to 15 points or less. That's probably just not going to happen no matter what you do. So I think a lot of it comes down to, can you keep the rest of that supporting cast from having a big game as well? And that's what they've successfully been able to do the last couple of games. You look at Noel, 20 of their 40 points against Baldwin last year. Nobody else had more than 7. She had 24 of their 46 in the loss to Spring Hill on Tuesday. Nobody else more than 8. I think that's a key tonight. Keep the rest of those players down. Don't let one of them have a big night as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to rotate over and help out. If somebody has to rotate and help out on the drive, if Noel drives in, and you're also going to have to keep the girls off the glass. A lot of those chances from the supporting cast could come from the offensive glass, so do a good job on the defensive glass and then get out and run and get some easy buckets.
Yeah, that would be ideal, but I think they're also going to have to score in the half court tonight. Noel, she usually controls the ball for this team, does not turn it over a bunch. So that's something the Baldwin's kind of feasted on, turning teams over, getting easy buckets. They may not get many of those tonight. Going to have to execute in the half court, and as Ryan said, perhaps knock down some outside shots. That's your State Farm Insurance game plan, brought to you by Codiano, your local State Farm Insurance agent in Baldwin City. Back for the starting lineups and the opening tip right after this.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse in Baldwin, getting set for the starting lineups to be announced here inside the arena as we get set for this big-time game. A 15-4 Bonner Springs, 13-6 Baldwin, final regular season game of the year. So let's take a look at our starting lineups as well. They're brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. For Bonner Springs, Kirsten Leslie, Nia Anderson, a freshman for the Braves. Mariah Noel, she's their star, number 23, going to Ole Miss next season, and a really good player all around. Rin Van Cleve, former All-Leaguer, and Mackenzie Campbell rounds out that lineup for the Braves. And again, some size there. Leslie and Noel Leslie and Van Cleve both 5'10". Noel and Campbell both 6-footers for Bonner Springs. Their head coach is Peyton Leslie, assisted by Cody Scott, Jesse Nez, and Jacob Markovich. And for the Bulldogs, Marin Frost, Carly Neufeld, Emma Kate Lang, and Carly Toot, your 4 seniors, along with junior Alyssa Reichard in the lineup tonight for the Bulldogs, head coached by Eric Toot, assisted by Kara Lee and Chad Scobie. Your starting lineups, as I mentioned, are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look at their upcoming lineup there, you can find out more about these events and everything else they have, their ongoing opportunities and more at lumberyardartscenter.org. They have the gallery going on right now with the Baldwin Elementary and Intermediate Art Show. And Lumberyard Live on High is back here in a couple of weeks, Friday, March 10th. The music returns at Lumberyard Live on High at Lumberyard Arts Center. All right, let's get set for the tip-off now in this one. It is senior night for the Bulldogs, so there are 4 seniors in the starting lineup tonight. 3 of them have been regular starters this year, Frost, Neufeld, and Lang, and Toop has been either the first or second player off the bench all season, just depending on whether it's a guard or a forward that needs subbed in. And so these 4 have all played a lot of minutes. This is a rotation that is not unfamiliar. Sometimes that happens on a senior night. You get that odd rotation of players in there, but this shouldn't really cause any issues for Baldwin to get off to a hot start here tonight. They're without Bailey Smith in the starting lineup. Bailey will certainly play, but she gives way in that starting role tonight to a senior in Carly Toot. The opening tip is brought to you by the Baldwin City Recreation Commission. They want you. That's right. Baldwin City Recreation Commission is now hiring for summer positions. They're looking for umpires, concession stand workers, lifeguards, summer camp counselors, park maintenance workers, and more. A great summer job to stay active, give back to your community, and work with a great team at BCRC. Apply online at baldwinrec.org or stop by downtown at 705 High Street. Tell them the Baldwin Sports Live crew sent you down to get some summer work. Here we go. Baldwin and Bonner Springs. Big game here to close out the regular season. Both teams have expectations of making some noise in the postseason, which starts next week. Marin Frost cues up a three on the opening possession for the Bulldogs. It's cleared by Van Cleve. Bonner on offense now. They will feature heavily Mariah Noel. She has it right now. The 6-foot senior, All-Stater, SEC signing to Ole Miss next year. And Baldwin's going to have their hands full with her, but trying to keep everybody else in check as well. Noel can stretch the floor inside out. She has it here, and a one-hand pass underneath. And the Bulldogs lost Kirsten Leslie. She sneaks in underneath wide open for an easy deuce.
See some immediate pressure off of that make, too. Baldwin almost got caught in a trap there once they crossed half court.
Neufeld misses from the other corner. Bulldogs have gotten 2 shots up on their 2 possessions, 2 decent looks, but trailing 2-0 here. Step back 3 by Noel is on the money, and it's a quick 5-0 lead for the Braves. And we've already seen how Noel impacts the game because she's not only just a scorer, but she's willing to pass if you leave the teammates open, and she's already picked up a 3 and an assist. A deflection at midcourt. Toot comes back up with it for the Bulldogs, avoiding the turnover. Definitely going to have to do that tonight. Leaner in the paint from Reichard. Van Cleve clears her second rebound. Noel gets tied up. Jump ball. Bonner Springs maintains possession here with 6:20 to go in the opening quarter and a 5-0 start for the 15-4 Braves, who have lost their last 2. They had won 12 in a row prior to that 2-game losing streak that they currently have. Baldwin, on the other hand, has won 5 in a row coming into play tonight. A season high 5-game winning streak, longest in the last 5 years, or excuse me, the last 3 years. Van Cleve, missed shot, rebounded by Frost. Reichard runs out of room on the baseline and stepped on it.
It's a nice job, though, there by Marin Frost, trying to push the pace a little bit after clearing that rebound. They're going to have to get out and try to get some easy buckets. And I think on the offensive end, they're going to have to try and attack Noel as well. If you can get her in foul trouble, that could change the whole complexity of this game.
Noel's been busy early on the offensive side. She has it here with an assist and a bucket. Looking for another assist here. Van Cleve misses it, and it's rebounded by Reichard. A chance to run here without that press, getting a chance to set up. Skipped across to Toot. And this is where we talked about Baldwin's going to have to be able to execute in the half court. That ball is called an over and back. It looks like the VAR official was thinking it may have been deflected. He did not call it right away, but
I think it was actually deflected by Carly Neufeld, but
so it's an over and back violation. That's the second turnover for Baldwin, but so far Ryan unable to score through the first 2.5 minutes of this game, and with that length, it makes it tough to execute in the half court with that length of Bonner Springs defense.
Yeah, obviously it's never an easy task to score against a good defense in the half court, but just got to make some more crisp passes right now. Just careless passes, and they're turning it over too much.
Offensive rebound by Campbell sets up a second chance bucket as Kirsten Leslie knocks down a 3. And 3 minutes into this game, it's 8-0 Bonner Springs. Lang going to work on the baseline. Nice step-through move there. She's really become very adept at that move right there. That'll fake one way and step through the other way.
Yeah, another nice up and under, and this is another place she's improved a lot throughout the year is from the free throw line.
First foul on Ren Van Cleve, the game's first foul as well. And Lang at the line is 56% this year. Coming off of another what's just become a pretty regular type night for Lang. 6 points, 6 rebounds. She seems like she's good for about a half dozen points and boards every night anymore. Bailey Smith now checks in for the Bulldogs. So Bailey, who has started the majority of the games this year for Baldwin, here on senior night, gave way in that starting lineup to senior Carly Toot, but back in there now, and it's an 0 for 2 trip at the line for Lang. Leslie pushing it back up the floor for Bonner Springs, and already 7 points for Kirsten Leslie, and it's a 10-0 run to start the game for Bonner Springs, and that forces Eric Toot to take an early timeout here with the Bulldogs down 10 early. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Hayden Outdoors, the presenting sponsor of Bulldog basketball here on Baldwin Sports Live, the brand that sells the land. Shad and Penny Sheldon, natives of Goodland, Kansas, and now your Baldwin City area brokers for the past 10 years. Experts in selling rural homes, farms, ranches, and recreational real estate. They built several successful businesses and manage their own farm and hunting lodge, and they want to use their expertise to help you. Whether it's finding your next dream property or whether you're wanting to list your farm or your ranch or your recreational property, they have the know-how and the resources to do it best. So give them a call at 785-821-2666 or visit HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more. Not the start the Bulldogs were looking for here, Ryan. Down 10-0 early, but long way to go in this game. We'll see how they respond out of the timeout.
Yeah, obviously you see the talent from Noelle first and foremost and how she can set up her teammates. So they're going to have to do a better job trying to keep her in check. And like you said in the game plan, keeping her supporting cast in check. But offensively, I kind of talked about it, just making better passes, crisper passes, and trying to find some opportunity. Hasn't been much so far for Baldwin.
Noelle with the steal here, and that's another easy bucket for Bonner Springs, and they are quickly piling up to a 12-0 lead. 3 Bulldog turnovers in this first quarter. Neufeld gets it up to Frost. High post to Lang. Cannot finish against Van Cleve, who defended her well, and back come the Braves, who lose it for the first time. They turn it over. Smith into traffic. And an offensive foul has been called on Bailey Smith. And now Carly Neufeld comes up holding her elbow as well. So
I think Carly might have elbowed Bailey in the face, and she's bleeding out of her nose.
Oh, man. Some friendly fire there, unfortunately, which would explain the injured elbow for Neufeld, and even more painful, the injured nose for Smith. She's going to run off to the locker room and get cleaned up. So she's back out, and in is Chloe Neufeld, the freshman guard for the Bulldogs for the first time tonight, deflected out by Baldwin. 12-0 Bonner Springs with 4:12 left in the opening quarter.
As much as I hate getting hit in the funny bone, Bryce, I'd say Bailey probably took the worst part of that.
No doubt. Yeah, I would take the funny bone over the nose for sure. Leslie, who's off to a great start tonight with already 7 first quarter points for the Braves, gives it back up to Noelle, who has 5. Those two have all 12. Knocked away. Good hands there by Neufeld. Jarred it loose. Chloe Neufeld comes up with it. Chloe pushes the ball up at the Bulldogs. All the way on the attack, draws the foul. And nice aggressive play there from freshman Chloe Neufeld, who will head to the free throw line here to try to put the Bulldogs on the board with 3:48 left in the quarter, trailing 12-0.
Yeah, first, like you said, really good hands from Carly. And then Chloe brings it the other way, goes coast to coast. Nice job getting to the line.
Chloe is 62% free throw shooter this year, and the Bulldogs now 0 for 3 to start this game. Chloe now the team's assist leader this year, averaging 2.2 assists per game, along with 4.5 points, 2.5 rebounds per night. Been a strong freshman season for Chloe. Bright future ahead of her. She does get the Bulldogs on the board with that second free throw, but it's a 12-1 lead for Bonner Springs. And that goes through the hands of Campbell and out of bounds. Baldwin takes over as Toot returns. And a foul by Leslie in the backcourt, her first, team's third.
See if Baldwin can't really attack this pressure and use it to their advantage. We've seen that from the boys this year, is you got to get the ball to the middle of the floor and get out in front of the defense. You can find yourself with a 3-on-2 a lot of times and get yourself a nice easy layup. But Bonner, you can tell right now they're being really active hands, and they're making everything difficult for the Dogs.
Able to get it up into the half court now. Reichard trying to volleyball set that one out to Neufeld. Ends up turning it over. Noelle being guarded by Neufeld. Lost her footing, turned it over. Numbers for Baldwin. Reichard, center of the floor, hanging in the air and knocking down the first field goal of the game for the Bulldogs as they capitalize off of the Bonner Springs turnover.
Once again, really nice defense from Neufeld. Noelle that time trying to do a little bit too much.
I believe Noelle's just tying her shoe. I don't think she's hurt. She's down on a knee at midcourt right now. And here she comes, got that, so she was just tying the shoe. And good thing, don't want to see anybody get hurt. And didn't look like she was, but then you had to, I suppose if she would have been hurt, the coach, Peyton Leslie, would have made a bigger deal about it, trying to get play to stop. Three-pointer off the dribble, pull up by a freshman, Nia Anderson, rebounded by Toot. Reichert again on the attack. Does not get the roll this time.
Doing a nice job getting the ball to the middle of the floor, though, Reichert.
Leslie finds Van Cleve, flash it down the middle of the paint. Loose ball, tied up. Baldwin will take over with 1:51 left to play in the quarter. 12-0 run to start this game for Bonner Springs. Baldwin has settled in a little bit defensively now. They've kept the Braves scoreless over the last now 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes anyway, but still yet to get things going offensively. Bailey Smith returns for Baldwin. Got popped in the nose by her teammate's elbow earlier, but she's back on the floor. And Chastity Samble has checked in for Bonner Springs, a 5'9" freshman. Good pass inside. Neufeld sets up Lang. And again, Chloe Neufeld leading the team in assists now this year. And a pretty one right there. Foul on Baldwin. It's their second. And it will be called on Carly Neufeld, her first.
It's a better time, or a better job that time down, just attacking early and not letting Bonner really get back and set up that strong defense.
Well, 3 minute and 20-second scoring drought ongoing right now for Bonner Springs. Good defense by Chloe Neufeld. Look at her just hounding Noel. Takes it away from her, and a timeout, I believe. No.
Good jump ball might have been what they called.
They call a jump ball on it, okay. But good effort there by Neufeld. What a job there. Taking that ball from Noel. Even the table was confused at what the call was. I never even saw a signal, but now the official communicating that a jump ball was called. Noel in and out on the three. Offensive rebound. Van Cleve got it back again. Knocked out of her hands, out of bounds, but it will stay with Bonner Springs. They say it's off of Toot. A minute left in the quarter. Gamble gets it back up top to Noel. Van Cleve hands it to Noel behind her back, leaning into one, and Toot clears it for Baldwin.
Once again, really good defense on her. That time it was Bailey Smith. Everybody taking turns.
Neufeld attacking. Blocked out of bounds by Noel. Reichert back in for Baldwin. Anderson returns for Bonner Springs. And the Bulldogs have settled in here. They're still down 7, but they had this thing, Bonner did, like a runaway train to start the game. Neufeld, this would be big. How about it? Carly Neufeld out of the corner and cuts it to a 4-point game. .80 Baldwin run to answer the 12-0 start for Bonner Springs. Noel inside, again losing her footing as she kicks it out. Anderson can't answer with a three. Long rebound, and Smith colliding with Leslie. Bailey will pick up her second foul. And that will leave Bonner Springs with 12 seconds to work with here at the end of the first quarter.
Seems just some great scramble defense, though, these last couple times down from Baldwin. Like you mentioned, a long scoring drought now coming from Bonner Springs, and Baldwin able to take advantage. They've cut this thing to 4.
4 minutes and 28 seconds without scoring for Bonner Springs. And they won't score here either. Intercepted by Reichert. And Alyssa with the lay-in with 3 seconds to spare. What a finish to the first quarter for Baldwin. A 10-0 run over the final 4:40 after Bonner Springs had jumped out to a 12-0 lead. It's a 2-point game after 1 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
12-10 game as we head to the second quarter. Bonner Springs opened the game up 12-0. Baldwin a 10-0 run to close that quarter, Ryan, and now it's back to a 2-point game as the Bulldogs got themselves right back in this game. How do they get themselves back into this one?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, it started on the defensive end. They kind of bottled up Noel, and Carly Neufeld, Chloe Neufeld, Bailey Smith all kind of taking turns, shutting her down and diving on the floor, making the hustle plays, and then getting out, getting some easy buckets, and a big three from Carly Neufeld, rather. And they've been playing much better here going into the second.
A 5-minute scoring drought for Bonner Springs. They last scored at the 4:40 mark of the first quarter. The drought will continue off the missed three, and then it's thrown right into the arms of Marin Frost. Again, a chance to run. Frost on the drive, trying to tie it up, missed the layup attempt. Rebounded by Noel. Now the Braves on the run, up to Leslie. Layup goes, and Pierston Leslie ends that long scoring drought to make it 14-10 Bonner Springs.
Baldwin was almost given a gift there. Passed that ball straight to Marin Frost.
Mid-range jumper misses. Campbell the rebound for Bonner Springs. Noel brings it up, 5 points to start this game for the All-State guard. Those 5 came really early, though. Leslie misfires, rebounded by Frost. Chloe has Lang up there trying to get an angle to get the ball to her. Does, but Emma Cake can't finish it. Van Cleve the rebound.
That's the recipe right there, though. Clear the rebound, advance the ball down the wing, and get your big man out and running. Emma K. Lang, a nice job getting out and beating the Bonner Springs players down the floor. She was open there.
Anderson. Backdoor cut, Leslie underneath the basket, able to spin that one in, and a great start for Pierston Leslie with 11 points now. Chloe again able to break down the defense, sets up Lang for another good look, but another miss. Offensive rebound, Frost sets up a second chance for the Bulldogs. Skip back to Neufeld. Oof. And lost it on the catch.
I was going to say, let it fly.
Noel, coast to coast, missed the layup. Leslie, putback try is fouled. 2 shots coming up for Pierston Leslie. The foul is on Carly Neufeld. It's her second. $11 points for Leslie so far. The 5'10 junior having a great start to this one. Bailey Smith, Carly Toot back in for Baldwin. Sample back in for Bonner Springs. Baldwin down 7. Lang flashes across, and Frost gets it inside to her, and Emma Kay knocks it down over top of the hand of Noel that time.
It's become such a weapon for the Bulldogs. Lang inside that little turnaround jumper. She's got a nice hook shot, too.
Noel inside and scoring. 7 points from Mariah Noel, 19-12 Bonner. Smith quickly on the attack. Count it for Bailey. three-point opportunity as Smith went right at the defender, Noel. Lays it in and gets a chance to add to it. They actually called a foul on Campbell, beg your pardon, but it's nonetheless a good opportunity here for Smith.
Yeah, that right there makes me smile. Off a made bucket, you get that ball and you advance it and beat everybody down the floor and one opportunity.
Free throw is missed. Noel the rebound. Five minutes to go in the half. Baldwin has recovered after a 12-0 start to this game for Bonner Springs. Chloe Neufeld reaching in, committing the foul. It's her first. It's now 5 team fouls on Baldwin. Back in is Nia Anderson for Bonner Springs. The Braves haven't beaten Baldwin since 2013. 6 straight wins for Baldwin over the Braves. 45-40 win last year in Bonner Springs for Baldwin. Braves coming off of their lowest scoring game of the year, 46 points, and loss at Spring Hill on Tuesday. Bailey Smith faking the pass outside, drawing the other foul, and another trip to the line for Bailey.
Yeah, Bulldogs got to start converting from the line, though. They're getting there enough, but got to start making these free throws.
Yeah, 1 out of 5 so far for Baldwin. And Bonner Springs, I mentioned that 46-point game. They had scored at least 50 in all 18 games prior to the 46-point game against Spring Hill on Tuesday night. For reference, Baldwin has hit the 50-point mark in 8 of their 19 games this year. So if Baldwin can have their way, they probably want to keep this game a little bit lower scoring tonight. But they've responded well after the early hot start by Bonner Springs. Smith does knock down her free throws this time. And we've got a 3-point game with 4.5 minutes to play in the half. Sample. Too strong on the 3. Back comes Chloe Neufeld. Baldwin down by 3, and they turn it over. Noel is fouled by Chloe. That's her second. 2 free throws coming up for Noel. Bulldog basketball brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. If you're looking for a great job with a growing family-owned company in Baldwin City, then check out Rice Precision Manufacturing. Actively looking to fill positions for skilled CNC machinists and CNC operators. Excellent pay, competitive benefits, a climate-controlled work environment, and a friendly support staff dedicated to the betterment of their employees. Learn more at riceprecision.com. One of 2 at the line for Noel. Four minutes left to play in the half. Neufeld looking for another 3. Long rebound, and it is tapped last by Noel, I think, and that is the call. Noel is surprised at the call, but it will be Baldwin basketball.
I was just thinking it comes down to physics and those things there. She was the only one swiping that way at it, and so probably went off her.
I can't disagree. Zone defense right now for Bonner Springs.
And you can see with that zone, they're going to start getting some open looks from the outside, but doesn't matter. Reichert gets right to the rim with that left hand.
2-point game. Timeout Baldwin with 3:31 left to play in this first half. The Bulldogs are within 2 after trailing by a dozen out of the gates in this one. While we have a chance, let's take a look here at your state wrestling results for the Baldwin girls earlier this week, finishing 3rd at state wrestling. So big congratulations to the girls wrestling team for Baldwin High School on their 3rd place team finish at the state wrestling tournament. You see there 4 individual placers as well. Audrey Darnell, 2nd place at 140. Maddie Hargett, 4th place at 235. Morgan Bass and Brianna Mitchell both finishing 6th at 100 and 105 respectively. So again, congrats to the Baldwin girls on a 3rd place team finish at the state wrestling tournament earlier this week. The boys team is competing at state as we speak today and tomorrow. 9 Bulldogs qualify for the state tournament on the boys' side. Jack Harvey is into the state semifinals. 42-1 on the year is Harvey, and he is into tomorrow's, or tonight, I should say, semifinals. The other 8 wrestlers all lost their opening round matches for the Bulldogs. And 6 of those 8 have now been eliminated. Last I checked, Connor Murray and Jaden Westgate had each won their first consolation match, so they were still alive in the consolation matches, which I believe will resume tomorrow for them. A travel is called on Noel. 8th turnover of this first half on Bonner Springs. And Baldwin has a chance to tie this game up or even maybe take a lead on this possession.
Yeah, once again, really nice defense, though. As soon as Noel started to attack, there was 3 Baldwin Bulldogs right there to meet her and just forcing her to turn it over once again.
Reichard's done a good job breaking down this defense with dribble penetration. Can't get through it here, but
hit it.
Back over to Neufeld. Ryan was wanting to shoot it. Now she might on this reverse back to her. Good look, didn't go. Tapped out to Smith, though, and the Bulldogs will have another crack at it.
Yeah, being really active on the offensive glass. I love it. Even if you can only get one hand to it, try to tap it out.
Neufeld gonna get another look. No, we'll pass on this one. Drive and the right-hand floater drops it in, and the Bulldogs have come back to tie the game at 20 all.
That's so nice. I love that. Everybody thinks they're gonna maybe try another 3. You put it on the floor, get to the rim, and she's got a nice little floater game.
8-0 run for Baldwin. Van Cleve's 15-footer is on the mark, and back up go the Braves by 2 points. Or 8-1 run, I should say, that was prior to that Noel free throw was in there. But regardless, it's 2-point game now, and a foul on the entry pass to Lang. That's the 15th foul on Bonner Springs. It's charged to Van Cleve, her second. That's actually 6 now, team fouls. Reichard gets the roll. 8 points now from Reichard. Tie game again. A foul on Frost will put Billings at the free throw line. First personal on Frost. 7th team foul. 2 shots for another freshman, Meredith Billings. Third different freshman we've seen in this game now for Bonner Springs. And she gets both of the free throws. Puts the Braves back up by 2, under 2 minutes to play in the half. Frost to give the Bulldogs their first lead, doesn't get it, but another long offensive rebound. Give and go back inside. Neufeld with the defender falling over. They call her for an offensive foul. Tough call on Carly. That's her 3rd foul.
Yeah, that's really big. That was a tough call, like you said, but that being her 3rd, that's, you hate for it to come that way.
So she'll check out. Back in is Chloe Neufeld. Chloe herself has 2. Bailey Smith also with 2. 2 very aggressive defenders, on-ball defenders for the Bulldogs. Noel inside. Kicks it back out. 3-pointer short from Van Cleve. Noel down to the floor for the rebound, and then a jump ball tap will go to Bonner Springs. Billings trying to toss it into Noel. A lot of traffic in there, but they're able to get it down to her, and Noel into double figures with that, up to 10 now. Baldwin quickly attacks back inside with Lang.
Yeah, once again, a really nice job advancing the ball up that wing. If they're not going to stop you from advancing it with the pass, might as well. That's the fastest way to get the ball up the court.
38 seconds left in the half. Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming up. Recap this first 16 minutes of action. Get all the numbers for you. It's been a good one. We expected a good game tonight. It hasn't disappointed so far. We expect another good one in the boys game coming up later tonight. 3-second call with 19 seconds to go in the half.
It was only a matter of time before that was coming. Noel and the other girl was just kind of parked in there for a while, and Coach 2 was yelling for it for about 5 seconds.
So Baldwin, a chance here to close the half. Get this thing back to even. Chloe's going to get close to a 5-second call, and here it is. Well, Baldwin gives it back on their 10th turnover of the half. Both teams have probably hit what the coaches would say is too many in that department. 10 for Baldwin, 9 for Bonner Springs. Turnovers in this first half. Samantha Scraper checks in for Baldwin to try and protect Chloe from picking up a third foul here in the final 8 seconds. Noel has it. 5 to go. Deep three. And we've reached the half. 2-point lead for Bonner Springs halfway through here in Baldwin tonight, 26-24. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live. The Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show is coming up next.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Halftime here in Baldwin, 26-24. Bonner Springs on top of the Baldwin Bulldogs. The halftime show brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. There to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. Well, we don't always get it right, Ryan. Sometimes we say, hey, it's going to be a great game tonight, and then it turns out to be a dud. We thought this was going to be a good game tonight, and it hasn't disappointed. Baldwin trailed 12-0 right away, and it looked at that point like, maybe Bonner's going to be too much for him tonight, but they took a timeout. They responded. They went on a 10-0 run themselves to close the first quarter, got it back to a 2-point game going into the second quarter. 14-14, the two teams split that second quarter, so we've got a 2-point game here halfway through, and as we expected, this one hasn't disappointed so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that little run they made after Bonner went up 10-0, that was a big timeout and a big response from Baldwin to come back out there and respond the way they did. But I think tonight is just one of those games where if you get two good, talented teams, I think this is what is usually going to happen if at the last game of the year, is because they both had all year to prepare and all year to grow together, and we've seen Baldwin kind of grow together this year. Bonner's had the same chance, so it's been a really competitive game of runs. That's what they always say about basketball. It's been a game of runs, but hopefully Baldwin come out a little bit stronger in that second half than they did in the first half and make a run of their own and not have to play from behind all the time. It seems like that's what we're doing half the time is just trying to climb out of the hole that we've dug. So hopefully they come out and get their front foot out in front and get the lead here going.
Yeah, Baldwin has not led yet. They've got it tied twice. They tied it at 20. They tied it again at 22. But they have not been able to get all the way over that hump and take a lead yet in this ball game. If there's one number that they probably don't like in that first half, it's 10. 10 turnovers, 5 in the first quarter, 5 in the second quarter. Now, Bonner Springs turned it over 9 times as well, so there was a little bit of a give and take there between the two teams. I'm sure both coaches kind of harping at protect the basketball. Let's take care of it. We're turning the other over. If we take care of it, that's a lot of extra possessions we're going to gain.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've also been doing a pretty decent job on the defensive glass. Offensively, they've been doing a great job, getting a lot of second chance opportunities, a lot of those coming from some long rebounds off some long shots. So hopefully those long shots start going in. You don't have to get as many offensive rebounds here in the second half. But, yeah, I'm with you. It all starts on that defensive end, though.
It's the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We'll check the numbers when we come back after this word from Farm Bureau.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Let's check the numbers here at the half. 26-24. Baldwin trailing Bonner Springs. The halftime numbers brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City. Stop by and let them help you make sense of all this messy tax season with your business. It can get ugly, and if you don't do it right, you might be missing out. So New Frontier Tax and Business Services is there to make sure not only do you get it all right, but you get it timely, accurate, and reliable at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Learn more at newfrontiertbs.com. Leading the way for Bonner Springs is Pierston Leslie with 11 points, one of 2 in double figures, 10 coming from Mariah Noel. That duo with 21 of the 26 for Bonner Springs. Bryn Van Cleve with 2 and Meredith Billings with 2 as well. We know that's where they get a lot of their points from. 11 both. I said from Noel is also with 11, but regardless, we know that's where they get a bunch of their offense from is Noel. And early on, Leslie kind of picked up the slack because the Bulldogs did a pretty decent job against Noel really in that first half.
Yeah, throughout that first half, they did a really nice job. Anytime she tried to attack middle or baseline, we've had a couple of girls rotating over, cutting her off with active hands as well. They've gotten a lot of deflections and a couple of steals, forced a couple of nice turnovers and got a run out. So see if they can't continue that in the second half, but we got to be wary because we saw Noelle that she can make some playmaking as well and get some other girls open for some open looks. So just got to keep playing their game that they have been playing defensively. They did a pretty good job there in the first half.
Reichard with 8 to lead the Bulldogs right now. Emma Kate Lang with 6. Carly Neufeld with 5. Bailey Smith with 4. And Chloe Neufeld with 1 point right now for the Bulldogs. So getting some balanced scoring across the board there. See if Frost or Neufeld can heat up in this second half and knock down some outside shots. Neufeld did hit the 1-3 for the Bulldogs in that first half. Bonner Springs, they had 2 threes on their side. Turnovers, both teams had aplenty. 10 for Baldwin, 9 for Bonner Springs. Free throw line, pretty even there. Baldwin a little less on the percentage, 3 out of 7. Bonner Springs, 4 out of 6, but not much gained at the line in that regard. On the glass, leading the way for the Bulldogs is Marin Frost with 4, including a couple of offensive rebounds. Bonner Springs led by Noelle. She also has 4 rebounds. 26-24, that's our score here at the half as Bonner Springs looking for their first win over Baldwin since 2013. They've lost the last 6, and they've got a 2-point lead halfway through this one. They led 12-0 early. Baldwin had a 10-0 run and an 8-1 run in that first half to close that 12-0 gap that they built early on. Got it tied twice, have not taken a lead yet, but the Bulldogs will have the ball to start the second half. We'll see if they can either tie it up or perhaps take their first lead. You've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show brought to you by your local Farm Bureau agent, Kelly Neufeld. He and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and they'd love to support you in your financial future as well. Give them a call at 785-594-1055. That's Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. 2-point game as we head to the second half next on Baldwin Sports Live.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Getting set for the second half here in Baldwin tonight. Bonner Springs with a 26-24 lead. Bonner 15-4, Baldwin 13-6. Two teams looking to make deep postseason runs. That starts next week for both. The girls for Baldwin will be playing on Wednesday in their first round game of Sub-State. It will be here at home on Wednesday, their first game, and then depending on what happens, if they win that one and there were some upsets above them, they could potentially host Saturday's Sub-State Championship game. If the upper seeds all win in their first round games Wednesday, then the Bulldogs, if they win, would be on the road on Saturday for a Sub-State Championship, which looks like right now it will be either at Lewisburg or at Independence if things hold as it projects right now. But first things first, they're going to try to keep their momentum going. They've won 5 in a row coming into tonight, their longest winning streak in the last 3 years. And right now down by 2 as we start the second half here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. I'm Bryce Kessler alongside Ryan Hilmer, who's on the camera as well for us like always, or at least like normally always. Haven't had him the last several games, but good to have the whole team back tonight. And the basketball has not disappointed. Laying inside, kick out to Frost, too tall for her. And the Bulldogs turn it over to start the second half.
It's a good idea, though. Nice job getting the ball inside, Lang. It's one place that Baldwin's been able to take advantage of, and even if the defense collapses down on her, kick it out and get some open outside shots.
You can keep up to date with our upcoming broadcast schedules with the Baldwin City Community News. It's just $5 a month to subscribe. We'll have some spring broadcasts coming up here in not too long from now. In fact, spring season is just around the corner, so make sure to subscribe for $5 a month. 703 8th Street downtown at the Nook. You can get that subscription set up and not only stay up to date with our broadcast, but everything else going on here in your Baldwin City community. Noel misses the fall away, and it's cleared by Carly Toot. Back come the Bulldogs. Again, they have not led tonight. They have tied the score twice, at 20 and at 22, after they trailed 12-0 to start this game. Had it back to 2 points at the end of the first quarter. 12-10 held Bonner Springs scoreless over the final 4:40 of that first quarter. And Carly Neufeld misses the 3. Noel with her game-leading 5th rebound brings it back the other way for Bonner Springs. Stops and pulls up for 3 and knocks it down. Noel makes it a 5-point game here early third quarter. Baldwin inside to Lang, had 6 first half points. Doesn't get that to drop. Campbell the rebound for Bonner Springs. Leslie angling in, cannot scoop it up and in, and it's Frost who clears the board for Baldwin. A chance to run for the Bulldogs. Neufeld keeps it herself and commits the offensive foul. That is number 4 on Carly with 6:05 to go in the third quarter. The Bulldogs' leading scorer on the year is now saddled with 4 personal fouls. Bailey Smith will check back in for her. Neufeld, who averages 14 per game, has been in double figures 15 of the 19 games this season, including the last 8. Has 5 tonight and is now on the bench for probably as long as Baldwin can keep this game within reaching distance. You imagine, right, Ryan?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. You don't want to keep her on the bench too long, but like you said, unless it starts to get out of hand, you want to try to get as many minutes as you can.
That ball just kind of thrown up for grabs by Campbell. Bonner keeps it alive. Now Van Cleve fires it up from deep range and knocks down a three, and it's 32-24. Baldwin needs an answer here, down by 8 early third quarter. Reichert spinning to her right. It's blocked by Campbell. Noel dishes it off to Leslie. Now back to Van Cleve, who just knocked down a three, so her confidence is up, and she knocks down another one. Timeout Baldwin. The lead for Bonner has grown to 11 early in this second half. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. 35-24. Bonner Springs leading the Baldwin Bulldogs here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Bulldogs basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land, here on Baldwin Sports Live. Also brought to you in part by the Bullpen in downtown Baldwin City. Check out their Wildcat Wednesday specials. Enjoy karaoke Thursdays. No more football on the TVs, although I suppose there's still some XFL action down at the Bullpen. But basketball is getting to that great time of year. College basketball postseason right around the corner. NBA still not into what I would call the good portion of the season. That's pretty much only the playoffs, in my opinion. But you got sports on the TVs, you got food, you've got great camaraderie down at the Bullpen. What more could you ask for? Check it out downtown Baldwin City, your locally owned sports bar and grill. There is Emma Kate Lang inside. They've done a good job getting her the ball tonight, but that size inside for Bonner Springs has made life tough for Emma Kate to try and finish. They call this foul on the floor, actually.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's the first on Mariah Noel. And now a turnover on the inbound.
Oh, that's got to be a travel.
Back out it comes, and Anderson gives us our first wedgie ball of the evening.
Oh, good try.
So
here we go.
Noel almost got it.
Get down there, Bryce.
Oof, I don't think.
Chance.
No, here comes
Here we go.
One of the boys team players for Bonner Springs. So, to clarify on what appeared like what in the old school days would have been a travel, they have changed that rule to where as long as it, in the discretion of the official, is an attempted shot.
I love those rules.
Right. It's that's why, you know, but as long as it is what they would consider a true attempt at a shot, then there's technically no travel committed if you don't draw any iron or backboard and then come back down with it again. It just looks very awkward, and you don't see it very often. And a lot of times you'll still see it called a travel, but by rule, it's not an automatic anymore.
Which I guess there was nobody else really down there, so you'd have to say it was a shot attempt.
That is an air ball out of bounds to Bonner Springs.
Yeah,
so I don't know where that line is where you can,
right.
I'm shooting, but I'm not really because I know I'm going to travel otherwise, so I'm just getting rid of it.
Yeah. Never like putting more subjectivity into the officials' hands.
They have a tough enough job as it is. They don't need to then have to be determining intent. Campbell out to Leslie, who really got off to a hot start in this game. Has cooled off a bit, but her Braves still on top by 11. Frost, meanwhile, with her season-high tying 6th rebound of this game. Empty trip for Baldwin. Noel brings it back up for the Braves. A little hezzy and a lay-in. 15 from Noel, and it's an 11-0 run to start the second half. They started the first half on a 12-0 run. Their lead right now at 13, the largest of the game for Bonner Springs. Baldwin with their leading scorer for the year, Carly Neufeld, on the bench right now with 4 fouls. Picked up a charge earlier in this quarter for her 4th. Really would like to get Frost going, but another miss from downtown, another rebound for Noel. Long outlet to Leslie, and she is fouled. So she'll go to the line with 2:55 left in this third quarter, and the Bonner Springs Braves starting to pull away up by 13. It's the second foul on Frost. Second team foul of the half as well. And here comes Carly Neufeld back in along with Carly Toots. So as we talked about, as long as Baldwin could keep it close, they would probably roll the dice with Carly on the bench. But now sensing that danger zone here with a 13-point deficit, just under 3 to go in the third, you've got to try to make some headway before this game gets to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of got one more chance at a push here to kind of make this a game again. And got to get Carly back out there for it.
Carly obviously just has to play smart at this point in time. Means you might be somewhat of a liability on the defensive end, but she's not out there for her defense right now. They need her out there for her offense. 34% three-point shooter on the year. Leads the team with 38 made threes, averages 14 a game. Only 5 tonight, though, and now that ball knocked out of the hands of Emma Kate Lang, and Neufeld just gets out of the way. And again, unfortunately, not a lot she could do. It makes you, like I said, a little bit of a liability on the defensive end, but you can't pick up a 5th, so she just really had no choice right there. 16-point game. Baldwin has not scored in this third quarter. A 14-0 run to start the period. Lang traveled or got fouled, and they're called a foul. It's on Campbell, her 3rd. Sample back in for Bonner Springs. Neufeld fires and connects, banked it in. Second 3 of the game for Carly Neufeld. First basket of the quarter for Baldwin. It took them 6 minutes and 13 seconds, but maybe one will get the Avalanche started for them here as they try to make up some ground late in the quarter, down 13. Skip to Anderson. Leans in, missing. Campbell on the putback. Adds 2 for the Braves. Her first basket of the game on the second chance.
I understand Baldwin's really going to want to still try to get good shots, but you're to the point of the game now. You're going to have to start getting more attempts up than usual. Try to get yourself back into this thing. So I think somebody's got to take it upon themselves, penetrate, draw a couple defenders, kick it out for an open outside shot, and somebody's got to knock it down.
Here's a chance. Neufeld got that open look, but misses out of the corner. Van Cleve back the other way for Bonner Springs, up by 15. Inside, Noel. That's Baldwin basketball with 31 seconds to go in the half, or excuse me, in the third quarter, and Reichard comes back in for Baldwin. See if Baldwin can get a basket here to close out the quarter and perhaps generate a little bit momentum for them heading into the fourth quarter. And a third quarter has been dominated by Bonner Springs. Smith got knocked to the floor, lost the basketball. A jump ball is called. It stays with Baldwin. Down to 19 seconds to go in the quarter. Frost is back in. Chloe Neufeld out of the corner this time. And Bonner basketball with 10 seconds to go. Bailey Smith back in. Well, 15's enough to overcome. Baldwin needs a stop here in this final 10 seconds. Noel brings it up. The Braves have outscored Baldwin 16-3 in this third quarter. Taking control of this game. And now Noel looking to add one at the buzzer and drills it. Big shot from Mariah Noel, who has 18 for the game. Her third three makes it an 18-point game as well. Going to the fourth on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
We go to the fourth quarter here in Baldwin tonight, 45-27. Bonner Springs blowing the game open in that third quarter, outscoring Baldwin 19-3. And the Braves have firmly taken control of this game now with 8 minutes to go. Ball goes off at the foot of Bailey Smith. They're going to call a tie-up, which means Baldwin will come away with it on the Braves' 10th turnover. So we've seen two things that now you get a lot of fans will yell about rule-wise. The one with the quote-unquote shot attempt, air ball rebound that was not a travel because it's technically not anymore. And then that one there where anytime a ball goes off somebody's foot, a lot of times you'll hear fans, kick ball. But has to be an effort to kick the ball. Just because it goes off of a foot does not make it a kick ball. Which is why that one was not called a kick ball on Baldwin when they bounced it off of her foot without moving the foot. So there you go. That's your rule book class of the day. Brought to you by.
If anybody's still awake after that lesson from Bryce.
Let's see what else we can come up with.
Yeah.
Rule-wise.
Last game of the year.
Maybe we'll get a punch ball.
Got to dump them out.
Van Cleve back to Noel. Short with the three, and Frost the rebound. Season high 7 boards in this game for Marin Frost. Lang can't get the tough one to go. Noel with a board, 2 rebounds shy of a double-double for Mariah Noel, who has, for her standards, maybe been a little bit quiet tonight. I say that with somewhat tongue-in-cheek. 18 points, 8 rebounds, but did get it going there in that third quarter with a couple of threes. There's another one from Carly Neufeld, who's now knocked down 3 of her own. 11 points to lead the Bulldogs. 15-point game with 6.5 to play.
That's not over yet. Baldwin's going to need a lot more of those, though.
Yeah, if Neufeld can get hot especially, and couple that with perhaps Frost heating up at the right time, would be the recipe here for Baldwin.
Almost got to get stops from here on out, though.
They haven't done a terrible job defensively against Bonner Springs tonight. The Braves' points have kind of come in waves. They've had spurts where they've been very good offensively. They've had other spurts where Baldwin's done an excellent job on them. They've kept the Braves at a reasonable number when you look at the 45-30 score right now. Timeout has been called by Bonner Springs. I think that coming in, Baldwin would take a game in the mid-40s here with 6 minutes to go, I think they would have been okay with that. But right now, the Bulldogs having to try to make up for a couple of long scoring droughts of their own, and that was an early scoring drought that lasted more than half of the first quarter. They overcame that one, though, and another scoring drought to start the second half that lasted 6 minutes and 17 seconds and saw Bonner Springs take a 2-point game and turn it into a 16-point game during that drought. Trying to climb back out of that, but now they are up against the score clock right now as well.
Yeah, I think if you're being honest, Baldwin, they've had a tough enough time at times this year scoring in the half court, but then you add into that Carly Neufeld being in foul trouble throughout most of this game. Certainly hasn't helped things.
Neufeld with 11 now, and again does have the 4 fouls. She picked up that 4th early in the third. And now Noel is coming to the sideline. I think she's bleeding out of her elbow. So for the first time in the game, Noel will check out of the game, and in comes Samble. And now Noel has wiped her elbow with her jersey, so that was not a good move because now you got blood on the jersey. You're going to have to come back out in a different number.
And that's even worse for us. You got to remember you got a different number on.
Well, I think we'll be able to pick her out.
Yeah. Speak for yourself.
She sort of stands out with her skill on the floor.
Yeah, a lot of size and athleticism. We've seen a lot of that tonight. You can tell why she's a Division I recruit, like you mentioned before, going to Ole Miss next year. So
not on the floor now, so thanks to a little blood timeout, can the Bulldogs take advantage? That's a foul. And we'll put Van Cleve at the free throw line for 2 shots. And that time with Noel on the bench did not last long. She is set to check back in. Foul, by the way, the first on Emma Kate Lang. 4th team foul. Well, Noel back in. Sample back out. $15-point game. The Bulldogs need to make their run. Bailey Smith on the run. Attacks Noel, lays it in. Two and a half minute scoreless start to the 4th quarter for Bonner Springs. Leslie got hit on the hand by Chloe Neufeld, who picks up her 3rd. 2 more free throws coming up for Bonner Springs. That's actually 4 on Chloe, so both Neufelds with 4 now.
Bonner helping out the Bulldogs lately, not making their free throws.
Over 3 now in the 4th quarter. Just 5 of 11 for the game. Leslie salvages 1. 16 points tonight for Leslie. She and Noel have done the heavy lifting. 16 from Leslie, 18 from Noel. Inside Lang. Off the heel, and last touch by Bonner Springs. 5 minutes left. Game 2 of the doubleheader should be another good one. It should be fast-paced as well. Bonner Springs averages 70 points per game. Baldwin up over 60 points per game. It should be a fun contest coming up in the nightcap here on Baldwin Sports Live. Neufeld on the drive, can't get the lay-in to go, but a foul will put her at the line for 2 shots. It's the 4th on Mackenzie Campbell. 3rd team foul. Neufeld 71% this year at the line. 9th straight double-digit scoring game. She has been in double figures now 16 of the 20 games this year for the Bulldogs. Frost returns for Baldwin, along with Smith. $13-point game with 4:52 to play.
There's ever been a time to ramp up the defensive intensity and the pressure and go for steals and play physical defense. It's right now. You got to find any way, get some turnovers, and get out and get some easy buckets to get back into this thing. That'll work.
Offensive foul on Bonner Springs, their 11th turnover. And that is number 5 on Mackenzie Campbell. So there's 2 points tonight from Campbell, but she does have 5 rebounds, including a couple of offensive boards. 6-foot junior, so you lose a little size with her now fouled out of the game. Nia Anderson, a 5'5 freshman, comes back in for her. And to Ryan's point, absolutely got to pick it up defensively with that pressure. If you're anybody but Carly Neufeld, who's the one you don't really want to play too aggressively with the 4 fouls, and if you're going to make this comeback in this final 4.5 down 13, you almost certainly are going to need Neufeld to be a part of that scoring. Here's a chance for her from the corner. Good effort on the glass. Riker with a rebound out to Frost, who knocks down a 3. Set up by the offensive rebound by Reichert as Frost gets her first bucket of the game, and it's a 10-point game with still 4 minutes to play.
It's been a trend all night. Baldwin doing a really nice job keeping the things alive on the offensive glass. Kick it out. That's one of the best times to shoot a 3 is off an offensive rebound. Marin Frost, big 3.
Noel attacking, left it short, got it back. Second chance is good. Baldwin going to have to play a bit faster maybe than they'd like to on the offensive end, but that clock going to continue to work against him at this point in time. Laying inside, kicks out. Smith steps into a 15-footer, followed it up with her own rebound. Kick out again to Frost, and this time it goes off the heel as Noel climbs the ladder for her 10th rebound to go along with 20 points in a double-double effort tonight. Foul is called on Baldwin. Noel will head to the line for 2 shots with 3:15 to go, and the Braves on top by 12. First personal on Reichert, 6th team foul on Baldwin. Chloe Neufeld back in for Baldwin. She also has 4 fouls. And a lane violation is called on Van Cleve of Bonner Springs, so no attempt. Remains a 12-point game with 3:15 to go. Offensive foul is called on Chloe Neufeld, who fouls out of the game. No basket. Tough break for Chloe on what would have been a big basket and a big 3-point opportunity had that 50-50 call gone the other way.
Really nice game, though, from Chloe. Great effort on both ends of the floor. She's had a really nice season, improved every single game. It's been a lot of fun watching her this year.
Gives it back to Bonner Springs with 3 minutes to go. Neufeld, one of my favorite stats I have on my stat sheet is Chloe Neufeld, 4+ something in 17 of 19 games this year, whether it's points, rebounds, assists, or steals. In 17 of the 19 games coming into the night, she's had at least 4 of something. So she's been contributing some form or fashion all year long.
Yeah, I was going to say that translates just to finding a way to contribute something every single game, and that's the sign of a great teammate. She's got a bright future ahead of her.
Only a freshman and out of this game with 5 fouls, 2:41 to go. The Bulldogs trying to make a furious comeback here. Noel slipped down to the floor. She's had a tough time with her footing on a couple of occasions tonight. Maybe she's got like lucky sneakers that she doesn't want to give up, but they've lost the tread.
Could be.
Trying to lob it into Leslie. It took a dangerous path to get there. Eventually, Leslie did come up with it. A held ball will keep it with Bonner Springs with 2:14 to go. Reichert, good job on the anticipation on the inbound pass for a steal. Neufeld pulls up from 8. Offensive board Lang out to Frost. She lets it fly. And another miss, but man, can't ask for better looks than they've been getting here down this stretch. They're just not dropping for the Bulldogs right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've fought and they've battled to get back to where they are, but just like you said, not knocking down enough shots. Sometimes that's the way basketball goes.
Lang comes up with that one. They were down 18 coming into this fourth quarter, and have to credit Baldwin for their effort getting back into this game. And with 90 seconds to go, it's certainly not in the books yet, but regardless of what the outcome ends up being over this final 90 seconds, they have fought hard in this fourth quarter and have pushed Bonner Springs to the end of this game, not just giving up after going down to 18. Hopefully it won't be too deflating for the Bulldogs, who are riding a 5-game winning streak coming into tonight, and they'll still be able to take some confidence into the postseason. There's another steal. Lang gives it to Smith. Bailey kicks it out to Neufeld. 3 on the way. And a rebound by Samble. Timeout Bonner Springs with 51 seconds to go. Bulldog basketball is presented by Hayden Outdoors, the brand that sells the land. Chad and Penny Shelton. Email them at chad@haydenoutdoors.com or penny@haydenoutdoors.com. Your local Baldwin City area brokers for the past 10 years. Natives of Goodland, Kansas, and experts in the field of rural homes, farms, ranches, and recreational real estate. Heck, they own their own hunting lodge. They manage their own farm. They've built several successful businesses. They know what it takes to sell or to go out and seek, find, and buy your next dream property. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. 51 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Boys game still to come tonight on senior night, regular season finale. The girls will be at home on Wednesday night this next week for the sub-state opener. Do not know the opponent officially yet. That will be determined when the seeding comes out tomorrow. I believe it's 10 a.m. tomorrow, and that will get released. I could try to take a guess, but there are several scenarios that could still play out on the girls' side. The boys' side is a little bit more clear, even though not official. But we'll talk about more of that in the boys' game. The boys will play at home Tuesday next week in their sub-state opener. And as long as the boys win, they will continue to be at home into the sub-state championship. The girls more than likely would have to go on the road with the sub-state championship, depending on how the results fare on Wednesday across the rest of the state. Bailey Smith with another Baldwin steal and a chance to add a couple at the free throw line as she is fouled by Sample.
It's been one of the constants all year is the effort and the defensive intensity from Bailey Smith. It's been another one of those things that's been really fun for me to watch this year.
He's up to 7 points in this game tonight. Bailey's career high is 8. That was earlier this year against Pleasant Hill, Missouri. And she has now matched that with an 8-point game here in the regular season finale. It makes this a 10-point game with 35 seconds to go. Toot call for that foul. It will put Van Cleve at the line for Bonner Springs. That was 18 fouls on Baldwin, so 1-1. Van Cleve over 2 at the line. And she hit back-to-back threes, back-to-back possessions. She has 8 points. 6 that came on those back-to-back threes as part of that 14-0 run to start the third quarter for Bonner Springs. And when you go back and look at how this game finished, that's really the difference. That start to the second half. It was a 2-point game to start the second half before Bonner Springs opened the half on a 14-0 run. And at that point, Baldwin just didn't have enough time left to come back. And Bonner Springs has been able to keep them at an arm's length apart since then. 12-point game with 23 seconds to go. Lang misses the turnaround. Noel brings it across midcourt. And she looked like she was maybe going to try and go in for a couple of more. Now they'll pull it back out, and that should put the finishing touches on this one. So 50-38 your final tonight. Bonner Springs snaps out of a little 2-game slide for them. They win their 16th game to close the regular season at 16-4 for the 7th-ranked Braves. And for the Baldwin Bulldogs, their regular season comes to an end at 13-7. The postseason awaits both these teams coming up on Friday. It's 50-38 your final. Bonner over Baldwin. We'll wrap things up for you in name our Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game when we come back.
Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Look back here to the doghouse in Baldwin. You see the final score there, 50-38. Bonner Springs with the victory, capping their regular season at 16-4. Baldwin's 5-game winning streak, their longest win streak in the last 3 seasons, comes to an end tonight, and they will close the regular season at 13-7. And they will host a first-round sub-state game coming up on Wednesday this next week. Bonner will be at home for their first and beyond sub-state. They'll be at home as long as they keep winning in sub-state. But season certainly not over. Regular season is with the Bulldogs, but the season is not, and they are going to go into the postseason as either a number 5 or number 6 seed in the east side of 4A, depending on how the Parsons game comes out tonight. But still an opportunity to make some noise in the postseason. But they come up 12 points short tonight. 50-38 is your final. It's time to name tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. And tonight we're going with junior guard Bailey Smith. Didn't start tonight, but came off the bench, Ryan, because it was senior night is the reason she didn't start. Gave away to that starting spot to a senior on this team in Carly Toot. But when she came in, she ends up tying her career high with 8 points tonight. She had a couple of rebounds as well, and she's tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it's been really fun watching Bailey Smith all year long. She had another typical effort tonight, great effort on the defensive end. She really hampered Noel a lot of the times, forced her to a couple turnovers, and then offensively she did a nice job, I think, advancing the ball up the floor and then made a couple layups, got to the free throw line. Just a nice overall game from Bailey. So tough loss for the Bulldogs. Hopefully they can get it back going once sub-state comes around, but a good game from Bailey Smith and a good game from a lot of girls tonight.
Player of the game brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. From insurance to investment, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today to set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. We'll run down all the final numbers for you, but first we'll listen in here on senior night at the Doghouse in Baldwin.
Everyone supports each other and looks for ways to make our school a better place. After graduation, Kate plans to attend the University of Kansas, where she will study pharmaceutical science and administration. She would like to give a special thank you to Coach Lynn for always pushing her to be her best, and her parents for helping guide her into being the person she is today, and for being with her #1 fans. Senior Kate Nichols. And now we'll move on to the recognition of the seniors of the girls basketball team. We'll start with #1, Maren Frost. Maren is the daughter of Rich and Casey Frost. While at BHS, Maren has been involved in basketball, National Honor Society, Stand Up to Cancer, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the Mardi Gras Club. Her favorite part of BHS is getting to make memories with some of her best friends and being able to graduate with the people she's grown up with. After graduation, Maren plans to attend NJC in Sterling, Colorado, where she plans to study kinesiology and exercise science. She will also be a member of the rodeo team. She would like to give special thanks to her family for their endless support, specifically to her parents for giving her every opportunity to chase her dreams, to her older sister for the countless hours in the gym, her brother for playing countless games of one-on-one, and to her little sister for being her #1 fan in everything that she does. Makes me almost want to cry. She wants to thank Coach, too, for helping shape her into the player and person she is today, and for continually to constantly believe in her. To her fans for always telling her good game and giving high fives. Those things never go unnoticed. And lastly, to the game of basketball. Thank you for providing me with a happy place that I have loved every minute of. Senior Mary Frost. Our next senior is number 2, Carly Neufeld. Carly is the daughter of Kelly and Stacy Neufeld. Carly has played basketball all 4 years of her BHS career. She's also been involved in track, the Track Shooting Club, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, National Honor Society, Think, Stand Up to Cancer, Mardi Gras Club, Art Club, Stuco, and BLS, and the Prom Committee. Carly's favorite part of BHS are the staff members that make everything feel like a family atmosphere. After graduation, Carly plans to attend Washburn University, where she will play basketball and study business management and leadership studies. Carly would like to thank her teammates, especially her younger sister Chloe, for making this season the best. She will love you forever. Senior Carly Neufeld. Our next senior is number 5, Emma Kate Lang. Emma is the daughter of Ryan and Stephanie Lang. Emma Kate has played basketball all 4 years while at BHS. She has participated in student vote, cancer, Mardi Gras Diversity Day, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and Link. Her favorite part of BHS are the memories and relationships that she's made with her peers and with the staff. After graduation, Emma Kate plans to attend Kansas State University and study pre-veterinary medicine with plans to attend veterinarian school. Emma Kate would like to thank her parents and her grandpa Randy for never missing a game and always being her biggest fans. To Coach Toot, thank you for making me the player that I am today and for making my senior year the best one yet. And finally, thank you to the best teammates ever. I will miss you all more than you know. Senior Emma Kate Lang. Our final girls basketball senior is number 14, Carly Toot. Carly is the daughter of Eric and Ruth Toot. Carly has been a member of the basketball and softball teams for 4 years while at BHS, in addition to running cross country, being in the environmental club, and being a 4-year member of the honor roll. Her favorite part of BHS is being able to connect with her teachers and having a better high school experience because of it. After graduation, Carly plans to attend Kansas State University while majoring in wildlife ecology and management. Carly would like to thank her mom and grandparents for coming to all her games and supporting her. She would like to thank her dad for coaching her all of her life and giving the team a great senior year. Senior Carly Toot. And now we'll move on to the boys basketball team. We'll start with team manager Kenna Blanchett. Daughter of Donnie Blanchett and Cherry Blanchett. This is McKenna's first year as a team manager, but she's participated in soccer for 4 years, cross country for 4 years, and played basketball for 2 years. Her favorite part of BHS is being able to make memories with people that she loves. After graduation, McKenna will continue her education by attending Allen County Community College, where she will play soccer. Kenna would like to give a special thank you to her fellow team managers, Lily Greckheisen, Lillian Judy, Tucker Wills, and Matthew Gunther for being an awesome manager's team. Senior manager, McKenna Blanchard. Now to the guys, starting up number 13, Caleb Carr. Caleb is the son of Kelly and Pete Carr. During his 4 years at BHS, Caleb has participated in basketball, soccer, track, and cross country. Caleb's favorite part about BHS is the support that you get from the community and your classmates. After graduation, Caleb plans to attend their Mid-America Nazarene University, where he will major in business and play basketball. And I think I'm going to add a little note here. I think your dad and your mom will play there as well, didn't you? Whoa, okay. Caleb would like to give a special thank you to his teammates and the coaches on the soccer and cross-country team, as well as mom, dad, and his 2 brothers. Senior Caleb Carr. Next, senior number 21, Caden Engler. Caden is the son of Eric and Sarah Engler. While at BHS, Caden has played basketball for 2 years. He's also participated in soccer, wrestling, and golf. His favorite part about BHS is the friendly people and the positive atmosphere. After graduation, Caden plans to attend the University of Kansas and pursue a degree in business. Caden would like to say thank you to his family, his friends, and coaches who have helped mold him into the person that he is today. Senior Caden Engler. Our next senior is number 25, Samuel Darnell. Sam is the son of Hank and Christy Darnell. Sam has participated in basketball, football, and baseball all 4 years of his time at BHS. According to Sam, the best part of BHS is our shop program and its teacher, Mr. Tom Harmon. Sam is currently exploring his post-graduation plans and hopes to decide in the near future. Sam would like to give a special thanks to the BHS teachers and coaches for making his school career as enjoyable as possible and for always supporting him. Samuel Darnell, Senior, Baldwin High School. And our final senior on the boys basketball team, number 32, Braden Stout. Braden is the son of Chris and Andrea Scatto. Braden has participated in 4 years of basketball in addition to golf and 1 year of football while at BHS. His favorite part about BHS is the people and the high spirit atmosphere. After graduation, Braden plans to attend the University of Kansas and pursue a business degree. Braden would like to give a special thank you to his friends, his family, and coaches for shaping him to the person that he is. Senior Braden Stout. And finally, seniors and parents, we would like to thank you for everything you've done for your athletic teams, Baldwin High School, and the Baldwin City community. Your leadership in the school and community will be greatly missed. As you move on to the next chapter of your lives, please remember that you will always be a Bulldog. Good luck with all your future endeavors. Let's give this group of young men and women one final round of applause. Thank you and good luck.
Senior night here in Baldwin. As that wraps up, let's get you the final numbers from our girls' game from earlier tonight. 50-38 the final. Bonner Springs with the victory as the boys will begin their warm-up in that game coming up shortly here on Baldwin Sports Live. But here's your final numbers brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. They'll help make sense of tax season for your business and meet your critical business needs with minimal investment, timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com. A 12-0 run to start this game for Bonner Springs. Baldwin answered to get it back to a 2-point game by the end of the quarter. They tied it up twice in the second quarter. The Bulldogs were down 2 going into the second half, but a 14-0 run to start the second half for Bonner Springs. Opened that lead back up to 16 at 40-24. They would lead by 18 going into the fourth quarter. Baldwin got it back down to as little as 10 on 2 different occasions, but in the end, it's a 12-point loss tonight. Bonner Springs over Baldwin. Final numbers for The Bonner Springs Braves, 2 in double figures, led by Mariah Noel with a double-double tonight, 20 points and 11 rebounds. Kirsten Leslie with a nice game as well, 16 points for her. And then 10 points from Ren Van Cleve, 2 points from Meredith Billings, and 2 points from Mackenzie Campbell. It was Noel that led them on the glass with 11 boards. Van Cleve added 7 and Campbell with 5 as Bonner Springs wins it by 12. For Baldwin, leading scorer tonight was Carly Neufeld with a dozen. 16th game this year in double figures, 9 straight going into the postseason for Neufeld. Maren Frost with 3, Emma Kate Lang with 6, Alyssa Reichard with 8, all 8 for her came in the first half. Chloe Neufeld with 1, and Bailey Smith tying a career high with 8 points tonight. Maren Frost was the team's leading rebounder with a season-high 7 boards in this game. Reichard and Carly Toot adding 3 apiece. So your final score once again, 50-38. Bonner Springs wins it to improve to 16-4. Baldwin drops to 13-7. Postseason begins on Wednesday next week. The Bulldogs will be at home. Opponent to be announced tomorrow, but they will be home on Wednesday, and all things are pointing towards us being able to broadcast that game for you on Wednesday, but we'll hope to know for sure. The boys game Tuesday, we know they'll be home Tuesday. We'll have that game, and we should have the girls game on Wednesday as well, so stay tuned for that. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Girls game in the books, but we are not finished. We've got a high-flying, get your seatbelts buckled, should be a fun one coming up. The boys game is next. Baldwin 15-4, ranked number 7 in 4A. Bonner Springs 13-6. It's coming up next here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Welcome back inside the Doghouse. Baldwin State Bank pregame show for our boys game, which is coming up here in about 12 minutes from now. Baldwin and Bonner Springs. Buckle up. This one should be pretty fast-paced. Baldwin 15-4 on the year. They come in ranked number 7 in 4A, coming off of a 65-52 win at Jeff West. A back-and-forth start to that game. Baldwin took control with a 14-0 run to start the second quarter. They've clinched the number 3 seed on the East for the 4A postseason. They will host next week. The official bracket coming out tomorrow morning. Iola will be the opponent. That's not official, but that's who it's going to be. Now it's just a matter of continuing some momentum here into that postseason and trying to pick up a 16th win. And they're going to have to earn it tonight against 13-6 Bonner Springs, coming off of a 62-60 win at Spring Hill. They had lost their previous 2 games to Ottawa and DeSoto. Prior to that, though, they were hot. They had won 7 straight, and they could score. They're averaging 70 points per game this year. Now they are willing to allow you to score as well, as they give up 63 points per game. They play close games. They win a lot of games, though, and they're athletic. They're big. They can shoot. They can certainly get to the rim. So Baldwin's going to have to be ready. We've seen Baldwin at times, Ryan, kind of get some slow starts to games. This is a night you don't want that, because you don't want this Bonner Springs teams to start getting confidence and start playing at the tempo they want, because they're a tough team to come back on. They just play so fast and they score so much.
Yeah, I mean, you're already going to have your hands full with a good Bonner team, so you don't want to come out and get yourself into a hole. We saw that kind of in the girls' game. They got down early and had to expend so much effort just getting back into that game that they didn't really have it in the second half to close that thing out. So I think the boys, they got to come out tonight, be ready to play. I think they're going to have plenty of intensity tonight. It's a fun night, senior night, a lot of festivities going on. So I think they're going to be ready to play tonight. It's just about keeping their focus, staying under control, staying out of foul trouble, and just controlling all those little things that you can control tonight. And this should be a pretty fun one, though, back and forth.
I mentioned they're aggressive in terms of the pace they play at Bonner Springs. Well, they're also aggressive defensively. They do what a lot of teams do, and that's press, but that's something that a lot of teams haven't had success with against Baldwin. So to me, that's going to be a big thing to watch in this game, because I guarantee you Bonner's going to come out and press from the start. That's just who they are, and more than likely they're going to do it the entire game. But can Baldwin take advantage of that? They have been able to, at times this year, make teams really pay for pressing them. There could be some easy buckets to be had if they can handle the press.
Yeah, it's interesting because at times that's kind of, like you said, played into the strengths of Baldwin. They like to get out and run and push the pace, and they've gotten really good at that press break, getting the ball to the middle of the floor and then running up those wings and getting a lot of layups, easy baskets for Darnell and the guys. So, yeah, we'll see tonight if things start going south for Bonner in that press, how long they're able to stick with it. And also the other way, if Baldwin can manage not to turn it over too many times and just stay under control, I think that's going to be a big key for them tonight.
Of the 70 points per game that Bonner Springs scores, 53 comes from their big three, if you will. Kaylin Strite, Tavian Cruz, and Cameron Doss. Those three guys, they all average double figures. In fact, they're all over 16 a game. Strite at 16, Cruz at 17, Doss at 19 and a half. And when games are close, they literally don't do anything but go to those three guys. Case in point, a 62-60 win at Spring Hill on Tuesday, Ryan. The whole rest of the team, outside of those three, took a combined 3 shots in that game. It was all Strite, Cruz, and Doss. They have taken 71% of the shots for this team this year. Each of them pretty even, around about 25% of the shots a game go to each of those three guys, and this team really runs through those three. So the scouting report is somewhat simple, but the problem is, even though you know that, it's hard to stop them because they play fast enough. They shoot well enough to keep you honest. I don't know that I'd call any of them great three-point shooters, but they all shoot it well enough that you have to be honest, and then they all can get to the rim.
Yeah, it's interesting because in the girls' game we saw Bonner with one really, really great player that kind of led their team. The boys' team, they just got a lot of really good players. He said those three, they're going to take the majority of the shots. And Baldwin, they're going to have to do a good job on that end of the floor. But luckily for the Bulldogs, they got 3 really good defenders. If you look at Grossner, Caleb Carr, Sam Darnell, a couple other guys that can come out there and shut some guys down too. So, every time you look at some of the strengths from the other team, Baldwin, they've got something to counter with. And I think we've mentioned it. It's going to be a fun one tonight, back and forth. Baldwin, they got to be ready to play because I think the crowd's going to be into it. It's going to be a lot of electricity in the building here on senior night, so should be a fun one.
For reference, Baldwin's top 3 volume shooters take 52% of their shots compared to 71% for the top 3 volume guys for Bonner Springs. No doubt it should be a fun one. We'll take a look at our State Farm Insurance game plan for you. When we come back, you're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show for over 120 years. They've helped serve our community. Go enjoy a better banking experience. Do it with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. Online at baldwinstatebank.com. Personal service from people who care.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Boys game coming up about 6 minutes away from lineups being announced here in Baldwin. A good one between 15-4 Baldwin, 13-6 Bonner Springs. It's time for our State Farm Insurance game plan tonight, and we've talked a lot about it. The turnovers, got to limit those turnovers. That is going to be key numero uno for the Bulldogs tonight. Last year they turned it over 19 times in their 32-point loss at Bonner Springs. 15 of those 19 came in the first half when they dug their hole so deep that they were unable to come out of it. And for Bonner Springs, 11-1 this year when they force 11 steals or more, just 2-5 when they're under 10 steals. They like to feast off of forcing teams to turn the ball over and getting easy buckets. A must tonight to limit those turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a fast-paced game, so you're not necessarily expecting, a zero turnover game. You're going to have a couple turnovers, but just as long as you can turn Bonner Springs over and then even that out a little bit, that's what you're going to be looking for tonight. And then I think just attacking offensively, you got to stay aggressive from all angles and get to the free throw line tonight. They got to be good. We've seen at times them struggle a little bit from the free throw line, and that's going to hurt you in a lot of close games. So tonight they got to win the free throw line to me.
Yeah, I think as we talked about breaking that press, and you just said, and you get aggressive, go at them, force them to stop you at the rim on those layups. And usually when you're playing that way, you're going to get to the line, and like you mentioned, got to knock those down. The Bulldogs 61% this year. Bonner Springs 60% as a team at the free throw line this year. So that's, to me, if it's a close game, who can gain the edge at the free throw line? As that's our State Farm Insurance game plan, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, Cody Anno. Stop by, grab a cup of coffee, meet the team, and let the team meet you as well. That's how they get to know you and find out how they can help protect you and the people and the things that you value most. They'll craft a game plan for you at State Farm Insurance. 208 Baker Street in Baldwin, or online, CodyIsMyAgent.com. Back for your starting lineups and the opening tip-off. It's all coming up here next as the Baldwin Bulldogs host the Bonner Springs Braves in the regular season finale on what's been a great season for the Bulldogs. What's the final act having it for the regular season? We'll find out next.
Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Welcome back to the Doghouse in Baldwin City tonight, getting set for the Bulldogs and the Braves coming up here. And before we get to the starting lineups, one more time, a shout out to the girls wrestling team for Baldwin, third place finishers at the state wrestling tournament this week. Just 3 points back of Rossville for second. Chanute, the girls state team champions, 4 Bulldog wrestlers on the girls side, finishing with state placing medals. Second place for Audrey Darnell, 4th for Maddie Hargett, and 6th from Morgan Bass and Brianna Mitchell. So congratulations to those girls. The boys wrestling team in action right now in the state tournament. And Jack Harvey in tonight's semifinals. They have all the other 8 wrestlers, 9 qualified. The other 8 all ended up losing in their opening round match. But two of them, Connor Murray and Jaden Westgate, were still alive last I checked in consolation and into tomorrow's consolation games, or not games, consolation matches. So that's, again, good luck to those Bulldog wrestlers as they close out the state tournament tomorrow. All right, it is now time for tonight's starting lineups. They are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look, you can also scan that boys' QR code for the digital program for them. And check out all the latest in the pictures and highlights and more news from the boys' basketball team with their pretty cool digital program by scanning that QR code. Bonner Springs starts Kalen Strite, Brendan Graham, Tavian Cruz, Cameron Doss, and Wyatt Campbell. And it is Strite, Cruz, and Doss. Those are the big three for them. Those three all averaging double figures and big double figures, if you will. 16 from Strite, 17 from Cruz, and 19.5 from Doss, who has scored 20-plus in 10 games this year. Dan Strite is the head coach, Anthony Davis and Joshua Adams on the bench with him. And again, the Braves are 13-6. For the Bulldogs, Joey Zebecki, Riker Grossner, Cooper Carr, Caleb Carr, and Sam Darnell back at the lineup tonight. He did not play on Tuesday. They rested him against Jeff West with that ankle that he sprained in the loss late at Ottawa. But back at the lineup tonight, and they sure did miss him in that game against Jeff West. Yes, they won the game, but the impact of not having him was certainly felt. So good to have him back tonight. Your lineups are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look at their upcoming lineup on your screen now, you can learn more about these upcoming events and more online at lumberyardartscenter.org. And don't forget, mark your calendar, Lumberyard Live on High. Coming back March 10th is the first Lumberyard Live on High to return as the weather starts to warm back up a little bit. This one not outside, though, so don't worry. It's March 10th still. It could be cold, but you don't have to sit outside for that one. Check it out, lumberyardartscenter.org. Bulldogs 15-4. The head coach is Donnie Blanchett, assisted by Pete Carr, Drew Tribaum, and Jackson Blakely. As we get set for the regular season finale tonight, 15-4. Baldwin ranked number 7 in 4A, 13-6. Bonner Springs, who had won 7 in a row before then dropping back-to-back games to Ottawa and DeSoto. Ottawa not only jumped up and bit the Braves, then the next game they got the Bulldogs as well, ending the Bulldogs' long winning streak of 5 in a row. So both teams have Ottawa to thank for, I guess we'll call it the reality check late in the season, but both trying to bounce back now. The Braves coming off of a win against Spring Hill, a 2-point win on the road, and the Bulldogs coming off a 13-point road win at Jeff West. Bryce Kessler, Ryan Hilmer, we are set to go. The opening tip is brought to you by the Baldwin City Recreation Commission, who's now hiring for summer positions out on the ball field, out at the pool, on the mowers, you name it. They've got a spot for you, and they'd love for you to join their team. Find the positions and apply online at baldwinrec.org, or stop by and tell them that the Baldwin Sports Live crew said, hey, we can come down here and apply for a job, and I'm sure they'd love to have you join the team at Baldwin City Recreation Commission. Stop by downtown at 705 High Street. Bonner Springs controls the opening tip. They average 70 points per night, and this is a 3 from Caldwell, rebounded by Cruz. So, of course, talk about how most all the offense comes from the 3 guys not named Caldwell, and he's one who puts the first shot up of the night. And now here's Doss off the heel, and another offensive rebound from Cruz, who averages 12.5 boards per game. He has 2 already on the offensive glass. Caldwell goes behind the back to set up Doss, and they take advantage of the 2 second chance opportunities.
You can already tell that size from Bonner Springs is going to be a problem on the glass. Baldwin's going to have to do a good job boxing out.
And a Baldwin turnover. Strite with a steal. Lays it off for Doss, who's blocked by Caleb Carr. Good defensive play by Carr, who had it knocked away but is able to gather it back. Now Cooper Carr gets it back from Grossner. Bulldogs, they're not a offensive team that doesn't like to play fast, if you will. I kind of butchered saying that, but they average 60.5 points as well, so they can certainly score with the best of them. But they can't do this. Turn it over now on 2 possessions. Doss misses the layup again with Carr back there to defend it, but an offensive board by Strite keeps another second chance alive for Bonner Springs. Off at the hands of Zembecki. It's still Bonner basketball with 6:24 left in the quarter. 3 offensive rebounds already for Bonner Springs. 2 of them from Tavian Cruz, their 6'4" senior, who has Put up 14 double-doubles this year. Darnell comes out. In comes Caden Englert. Cruz, or not Englert, I should say, it's Schoenberger, 22, not 21. And there's Schoenberger, fresh in off the bench, creating a turnover.
And maybe Coach Blanchett wants some more size in there. He's noticed that a lot of offensive rebounds already.
Baldwin's turned it over each of their first 2 possessions. They get a shot up this time at least. The floater by Cooper Carr. Doesn't get it though, and back comes Bonner up by 2. Doss is their leading scorer, 19.5. They go inside to Cruz, or Brendan Graham rather, and a tough little follow away there. Graham knocks it down. Zembecki wanted to bounce to Schoenberger, didn't have the angle.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't have the angle right there, and right now Baldwin just forcing way too many passes.
Darnell back in. Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah, well, no, one of our keys to the game, though, is keep the turnovers down, win that battle, and so far it's been a slow start for Baldwin.
Yeah, 3 turnovers in 2 minutes and 19 seconds to start. Strite with a runner, banks it in. 3 different guys have scored for Bonner Springs, and the Braves out to a 6-0 lead here on the road. Grossner, wide open, does not take the shot, though. 33% from downtown this year, and now a 3-second violation on Darnell. That's 4 turnovers already for the Bulldogs. They have turned it over on 4 of their 5 possessions to start the game. Meanwhile, Bonner Springs, 3 buckets with 2 of them coming on second chances. Doss comes back to get it. Now Caldwell, stripped by Darnell, gets it back, deflected by Zembecki, and the Bulldogs now force a turnover as Caldwell commits the foul to the backcourt.
Really good hands that time from both Darnell and Zembecki. Both of them getting their hands on that ball, and a little bit of a frustration foul.
Here's the full court pressure now from Bonner Springs. And it hasn't been the full court pressure that's caused the turnover so far. Baldwin has 4 of them, but they've all come in the half court. They fall out of that pressure pretty quickly, though. Zembecki, around it goes to Caleb Carr, the Bulldogs' leading scorer, averages 16.5 per game. Coming off of a 20-point game against Jeff West. Sets up Zembecki, but the 3 doesn't drop. Strike, lob, Cruz with the flush. And there's that athleticism on display for Bonner Springs. They get out, run the floor, and get as high percentage of a basket as you can ask for. Timeout Baldwin, 4:13 left in the quarter. 8-0 run for Bonner Springs to start this game. Bulldog basketball is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. Online at HaydenOutdoors.com. Visit with Shad and Penny Sheldon, your local brokers for the past 10 years here in Baldwin City. Natives of Goodland, experts in selling rural homes, farms, ranches, and recreational real estate. They built several successful businesses while managing their own farm and their own hunting lodge, and they want to use their expertise to help you in finding your next dream property or family legacy. Give them a call at 785-821-2666. So far, limit the turnovers. That was right there, big key #1 in their State Farm Insurance game plan. Well, that hasn't worked yet. 4 of them already for Baldwin, and allows Bonner Springs to jump out to an 8-0 lead.
Bit of an intense talking to from Coach Blanchard that time during the timeout. We've seen this a couple times this season. Baldwin coming out, bit of a slow start, but early timeouts and maybe turn things around here.
See if they can get an answer and get on the board. Only had 2 field goal attempts so far for Baldwin. Right now, it looks like Baldwin's a little bit just tentative to even shoot it. Just kind of against their MO. There's a nice job by Cooper Carr breaking down the defense, and it sets up an easy bucket for Darnell to put the Bulldogs on the board. Cruz and the Braves back to work on this end. Good start for them. Cameron Doss, floater, rattles off. Darnell the rebound, and he quickly wants to get going the other way, but decides better of it and pulls it up. Bulldogs looking for back-to-back buckets now. Caleb gives to Grosner. Back around to Zembecki. Darnell with an offensive rebound. And a foul on Bonner Springs. Graham can't believe it. He's called for the foul. It's his first or the team's second. The mouth agape at the foul call on him. Talon Torres checks in for Baldwin, replaces Zembecki. Torres averages 6.5 per game, and he is a better shooter here at home. He shoots 41% at home as opposed to 24% on the road. So perhaps a little home cooking is what he needs to get rolling again. He's been in a little bit of a scoring slump the last few games, but that's coincided with the Bulldogs playing their last 5 on the road as well. Caleb Carr dribbles into a 3, and it rattles out. And a foul on Graham, who just picked up his second. And again, he can't believe it. That one, I will say, was a little bit of a bad luck foul for Graham, as he and Grosner just kind of got tangled up going for that rebound, and Graham ends up with his second already.
Nice activity down low from Grosner there, getting that offensive rebound. He's been pretty active. I'd like to see him be a little more aggressive on offense, though, when he has the ball in his hands. He's been open a few times and a little bit tentative.
I agree. Maybe here's the chance. There it is. Riker Grosner on cue. Ryan knocks down a 3. Cruz short with an answer attempt, and Grosner has the board for the Bulldogs. Baldwin on the run. They've got numbers. Darnell attacks and lays it up off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Doss.
I think he had a little more time than he initially thought.
Grosner got 2 hands right on the back there of Strite. Easy call in front of the official as Riker picks up his first. And that's the Bulldogs' first team foul with 2:20 left in the quarter. It's on the floor, so not a bad foul, really.
No, but you can tell these last few possessions, the pace this game is going to be played at most of the time.
Oh, yeah. Doss with a quick trigger on that inbound play and doesn't get it. Darnell the rebound. So after an 8-0 run to start this game, Baldwin down by just 3 with the ball here. Cooper Carr has assisted both buckets, trying for one there on the backdoor cut by Caleb Carr. Couldn't hook up with it. Strite gets the lay-in to go as Grosner was trying to run him down. (10-5) advantage for Bonner Springs. Baldwin 7-2 on their home floor this year. The 2 losses came on consecutive days back at the BIT. Darnell can't stick it back after the offensive rebound, but the Bulldogs will get another crack at it as Bonner Springs goes to the bench for the first time. Patrick Price, 5'6" junior, and Khalik Rainey, a 6-foot senior, check in. Leo Schoenberger returns for Baldwin. Lobbed into Darnell. Quick touch into the corner. Cooper Carr fires up a 3, and a second one goes down from that corner for the Bulldogs.
Nice awareness there from Darnell, just tapping that one over to him, knowing that he didn't have time to bring it down and pass it to him because they would have recovered in time.
Darnell passes well out of the post. He averages 2 assists per game. That one makes it a 2-point game, and the layup is missed by Wilson, who is also checked into this game. I missed him on that last set of subs, but Jermaine Wilson on the miss. Now Carr for the lead. Off the iron, rebounded by Cruz. Long outlet is turned over. Carr up top. Darnell gives it right back to Caleb. Mismatch with Cruz guarding him. Steps into an open 15-footer, and we're tied at 10 after the Bulldogs trailed 8-0 to start this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's really Caleb's money spot. If he's not getting to the rim, he's really good at that mid-range jumper. They just let him have that one.
Doss trying to get past Carr on the dribble. Created some contact, and he'll head to the free throw line with 31 seconds left in the quarter.
Ooh, I thought they were going to get Caleb on that. I think they got his brother.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was Caleb as well. You're right. They call it on Cooper. First on Cooper, second team foul on the Bulldogs. Doss at the free throw line this year, 68%. He is the top free throw shooter by percentage on this team at 68%. Both these teams right around 60% as a team at the free throw line. One of our keys tonight, win that free throw line for Baldwin. And these are the first 2 free throws that either team has shot tonight, and it's 1 of 2 for Doss. 1-point lead for Bonner Springs. Final half minute of the quarter. Chance for Baldwin to take their first lead here on this last possession. A 10-3 run from Baldwin after they trailed 8-0 to start the game. 10 seconds, and Carr turns it over. Das able to rip it. Blocked by Darnell, and an offensive foul as well as Grossner draws the charge.
Yeah, Grossner and Darnell both did a great job hustling back, but I think he was more just a little bit out of control than anything there.
First foul on Cameron Das, the fourth turnover for Bonner Springs in this first quarter. And that will give Baldwin another chance after they had turned it over on what was hoping to be the final possession. Now this most certainly will be here. Zembecki's back on there with the Bulldogs. They get a shot up here. Carr with 3. Caleb going to go all the way to the rack and lays it up, but it rolls off. Caleb can't believe it missed. 1 point game after one. Bonner Springs on top 11-10 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
1 point game as we start the second quarter. Bryce Kessler and Ryan Hilmer here in Baldwin tonight for the regular season finale. The 15-4 Bulldogs down 1 to the 13-6 Bonner Springs Braves, but the Bulldogs have the ball to start this quarter and a chance to take their first lead of the game. Had a good chance to end the quarter and get that lead, but a layup missed by Carr. They have the lead now as Joey Zembecki drills the 3, and it's 13-11 Baldwin.
That Joey was just camped out in that corner. They kind of lost him. Bonner did defensively. Nice job to find him that time.
29th 3 of the year for Zembecki, second on the team by 1 to Talon Torres. A turnover and a transition opportunity as Caleb Carr attacks and draws the foul, so the Bulldogs will get their first chance at the free throw line, and it's their best free throw shooter, Caleb Carr, at 66% going to the line. The first foul on Khalik Rainey. Caleb leads the team in scoring, assists, and steals. But it misses the first free throw attempt. Back in is Brendan Graham. He picked up 2 first quarter fouls for the Braves, so had a few minutes there to sit on the bench. He's back in. And Carr does rattle that one home, extending the Bulldog lead to 3. Bonner Springs led 8-0 out of the gates. A Baldwin timeout. Since that timeout, it's been 14-3 Bulldogs. Inside to Rainey, kicks it back out to Graham. Das, Strike and Cruz, the big 3 who all average 16 plus. Inside this is Cruz, who is able to get another offensive rebound, his 3rd of the game already, and a foul on Baldwin. But those guys have all scored, but none of them have taken off yet early in this game. It's the foul on Darnell, his 1st and the team's 3rd, but the offensive rebound's more concerning right now. That's 4 of them for Bonner Springs. 3 from Cruz, who averages 12.5 boards per game. Out to Das. 3 off the mark and another offensive board. This time it's Rainey. His putback misses. Cruz, and 3 offensive rebounds on that possession eventually results in 2 points. Carr had it blocked. Long outlet goes up to Strite, and he'll throw it down to put Bonner Springs back on top by 1. 15-14 Braves. 6:15 to play first half. Cooper out to Grossner, and he traveled. Seventh turnover for Baldwin. They turned it over on 4 of their first 5 possessions. They've started to get that number back in check a little bit. Not coincidentally, it happened to be the time they also made their run to get back in this game. Cruz, backdoor feed to Doss, and he can't handle it. That's now 6 Bonner Springs turnovers as Torres comes back in, and Colton Collin comes in for the first time tonight. Colton, a 6'5 freshman for the Bulldogs, coming off his best game of his young career. 6 points, 5 rebounds, both career highs in the win against Jeff West on Tuesday night. Had to play some more minutes in that game with Darnell not available and needing some size against a post-oriented opponent in Jeff West, and he delivered, getting rewarded with some first half playing time here tonight. See what he can do against this athletic interior of Bonner Springs. Torres blocked by Rainey and out of bounds off of Torres. Darnell back along with Cooper Carr for Baldwin. One-point lead for Bonner Springs. A couple of lead changes already in this second quarter. Kick out for Rainey. Now Doss surveys, has his choice of screens, goes right, and is rejected by Darnell. Caleb behind the back, looking for somebody to kick it out to, and now has Cooper on the wing. Strite knocks it away from Caleb, now a 5-on-4. Collum looking inside, Darnell trying to get some position on the post. Torres got rid of it before he travels. Cooper in the corner, missed the 3, and Rainey clears. Doss forcing the issue there against Carr and forces Caleb into a foul, his first, team's 5th. I'm gonna check that, team's 4th. Torres goes out, as does Collum. Grossner and Zembecki back in. Cruz fouled by Zembecki, who gets caught reaching in for his first and the team's 5th. Strite with a really quick trigger on that 3. Backside rebound by Graham. And another second chance bucket for Bonner Springs, who now leads by 3 with 4 minutes left in the half. Carr attacks, sliding in for a layup. Lob over the head of Doss. Baldwin gets it back with another chance to go down and take a lead here with 3:50 left in the half, down by 1. Telegraphed that pass all the way. Strite picks it off. Doss lays it in. Back to a 3-point advantage for Bonner Springs.
Been too many of those kind of careless turnovers, just a lazy pass inside. I think Caleb would tell you himself that he wants that one back.
Pick and roll with Darnell this time. Darnell looking for another assist as he kicks it out to Cooper Carr. The three misses, and Tavion Cruz pulls down his 7th rebound already.
Bulldogs doing a nice job getting a lot of open shots, but just not knocking the majority of them down.
Yeah, I think they're fine outside of really the turnovers and the offensive rebounds. Those are two things that have hurt them right now. And there's a turnover as Cruz stumbled. Gave away a lot of early possessions in this game, and they have kind of wrangled that back in a little bit, but the offensive rebounds, which, again, they're outsized, there's no question, and this is an athletic bunch that not only has some size, but they have a lot of athleticism for Bonner Springs. And at this clip, with 6 offensive rebounds already in this first half, they're going to have to limit those because they've capitalized on the majority of those for second chance points as well. Inside, Darnell on the feed from Caleb Carr, able to lay it in. And it's a 1-point game again. Stride with a fall away. A foul underneath. Loose ball foul, I believe, on Grossner. Well, he and Graham were battling for position, and Riker gets tagged with his 2nd foul. 6th team foul for Baldwin with 2:30 to go in the half. Caleb takes a gamble. Doss kicks to Cruz. And a 3-ball makes it a 4-point lead for Bonner Springs. Cooper, kick out. Caleb looking for the answer. Bingo. 1-point ball game again.
Seems like every time Baldwin needs a response badly, Caleb's right there to pick him up.
4th assist already for Cooper Carr. And now a steal. Cooper raked it free. He gets the outlet from his brother Caleb and puts the Bulldogs back in front, 23-22.
That's how quickly things can change. Great defense to offense that time.
Deep 3, Stride on the mark. And Darnell travels. And both teams starting to get in a rhythm offensively. Shots starting to fall. It's a 2-point game here with 1:12 left in the first half. Cruz wants in again. Carr the rebound. Nice feed to Cooper Carr, and the Carr brothers are in a rhythm now. 15 points and 7 assists combined by the Carr brothers. Our scoreboard cam got hit, so we'll have to correct that here at the half. Rainey floater misses, or Wilson rather, with that floater, and Cruz yet another offensive rebound and a stick back. Final 30 seconds of the half. Baldwin down a pair. Caleb on the drive. Floater misses. Rebounded by Bonner. Stride up and under. Reverses it in. Five seconds. Baldwin looking for an answer to close the half, and they get it. Caleb Carr knocks down a 3, and it's a 1-point game as we go to the break. 11 first half points from Carr, 29-28 at the half. Bonner Springs, with a 1-point lead. The Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show is coming up next.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to. Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Halftime here in Baldwin tonight, another good one, 29-28, as Bonner Springs holds a 1-point advantage on top of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Led by 8 out of the gates, did Bonner. 8-0 run to start this game. Baldwin closed out the quarter on a 10-3 run to get it back to a 1-point game after one. Baldwin took their first lead in the opening minute of the second quarter with 13-11. They would lead by as many as 3. We ended up with 4 lead changes then in that second quarter, with Bonner Springs pushing the lead back up to 4 right before the end of the half. And Caleb Carr with one of his 2 first-half threes, 3 of his 11 first-half points to make it a 1-point game as he hit the 3 at the buzzer. And the Bulldogs are within 1 here at 29-28. But that's all fine and dandy, but now it's the important stuff, Ryan. Oh, let me turn your mic up there. Sorry, man.
Now we're to the real battle right here.
Now is to the true showing of talent. It's the, say this carefully, chuck-a-duck time. Here's our duck. We've got a duck.
Right.
There's our duck right here.
Do my best to track it.
All right, Ryan's going to track our duck as we try to get closest to the middle circle here. Number 68. I like it. Oh, I was going to be perfect, and then I hit that little green duck.
Okay. I think I lost track of it.
It's that one right there. That one right there.
Okay.
Zoom into the, over right there. You're going right in for it, right there. Is that all we got? Is that all the zoom we got?
I don't see a number 68.
It's that, yeah, it's the one in the center of the screen right there. She just almost stepped on us. It was headed right for it, and it hit a green duck and bounced away. Darn it. It's not us. Number 81. Well, that's not us. We were number 68. But right in front of us.
Right in front of us. Can't complain about the angle now, Bryce.
Yeah, I didn't complain about the angle. I said it was. I was on money. Mine was going to be on the circle, and then that little green duck got in the way.
Tailed off a little bit at the end.
Yeah, because it hit that green duck.
Right. Okay. Well,
we're gonna go to instant replay.
Yeah.
Gonna go to the instant replay, and I'm gonna show you that it was that green duck that cost me there. But all right, well, we didn't win the chuck-a-duck, but it's halftime. The chuck-a-duck excitement is over. The halftime show is not. 29-28 is our score here at the break. A 1-point game. Bonner Springs leading the Baldwin Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout, come back, and get you the first half stats coming up right after this. You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
1-point game here at the break of the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Bonner Springs leading Baldwin 29-28. Let's check the numbers, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. You can find them downtown at 608 High Street in Baldwin or online at newfrontiertbs.com. Timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Bonner Springs in that first half led by Tavian Cruz. Good game he's got going, Ryan. 9 points, 8 rebounds, including 5 offensive rebounds for Cruz.
He's been a menace down there on the offensive glass, and if you watch him down there, he's getting his work done early. He's really getting good position right when that shot's going up or right when he thinks that shot's going up, and he's a few times I've seen beaten Sam Darnell or whoever's on him to the spot. So Baldwin's got to do a better job on that end, defensive glass, boxing him out especially.
14 double-doubles this year. He is well on his way to another one. He's just 1.2 boards in the second half. If he doesn't get that, Baldwin probably wins this game because that is almost a given with Cruz, the 6'4 senior. So good half from him. Kalen Strite with 7, Cameron Doss with 5. Those are the guys we talked about, that big 3 for the Braves. And in that first half, 21 of the 29 for them. They also got 4 from Brendan Graham. And my math was bad. That was, 16? That's 25 of their 29 came from them, and 4 from Brendan Graham. And again, it's Cruz with 8 rebounds leading the way, 3 rebounds as well from Cameron Doss. For the Bulldogs, Baldwin led by Caleb Carr, 11 first half points. He had 9 in the second quarter as he and his brother Cooper started to pick things up there. Cooper with 7 and 4 assists. So that duo of Caleb and Cooper Carr right now, 18 points and excuse me, and 7 assists combined between the Carr brothers.
Choked you up how good the Carr brothers have been. They really turned it on there in the second half. I agree with you. I also think Darnell played hard on the defensive end. He's got a big battle in there with Cruz, as we already mentioned. And Grossner, I think he's been out there giving his all, and Zembecki's knocked down a 3 or 2. So everybody contributing a little bit in the first half.
Yeah, Zembecki and Grossner with 3 apiece. Darnell with 4 to go along with a team-high 4 rebounds right now. Both teams turned it over pretty even in that first half. Baldwin with 9 of them. They had 5 early. They kind of settled things in. Second quarter, they had just 3. Bonner Springs, 8 first-half turnovers, 4 in each quarter. Free throw line, we talked about winning the free throw line being a key for the Bulldogs tonight. Well, the free throw line was pretty much non-existent for both teams. 1 out of 2 at the line for both sides in that first half. 3 ties, 4 lead changes. We've got a 1-point game, folks, as we go to the second half. You've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Kelly Neufeld and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and they'd love to be there to support you in your financial future as well. Go chat with them and see what I mean. Give them a call to set up a meeting at 785-594-1055. Personal service from a local agent at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Second half is coming up next here on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
All right, well, I think we're back here. The computer is having some issues for us. There it goes. I got my screen now. It looks like we've, for a moment there, kind of lost our score clock again. Our our scoreboard camera has gone up against some heavy traffic tonight, so there's been multiple folks trying to weave in and around it, but I think we're good for the moment anyway. We're going to be good until it gets back underneath of a minute, but we'll worry about that then. Here we go. Second half, which means I need to change that as well as I'm looking at that. It's not second quarter. Bonner Springs with the ball. The Braves on top by 1, and they will fire up a 3 to start it. And our second wedgie ball of the night, Ryan.
That's 2. I don't remember a night seeing 2 of them. Grosvenor gets that one out.
Had one in the girls' game earlier, and that DOS 3 gets stuck. All right, Baldwin a chance to take the lead. They did not lead in the first quarter, but then we had 4 different lead changes in the second quarter. Baldwin leading by as many as 3 at one point, 14-11 early in the quarter. Down 8-0 to start this game as Strike comes out and commits a foul. Didn't have many of those in the first half. Neither team reached the bonus. Both teams got to the line on one occasion on a shooting foul each, and they went 1 of 2 on those opportunities. So clean pretty much first half of this game. Riker Grosvenor has 2. Brendan Graham has 2 as far as any potential foul trouble goes early on right now. Grosvenor, or rather Carr, gives it up to Caleb Carr. They were both good in that first half. Scoring and assisting, 18 points, 7 assists between the two combined. Zimbecki, 15-foot pull-up, and Cruz sky high for his 9th rebound. In and out for Strite, but Cruz on the offensive rebound, unable to stick it back because of the quick hands by Cooper Carr to rip it away. Caleb, crafty inside, blocked by Strike, got it back. He's blocked again, but this time a foul is whistled. Caleb to the line. The foul on Kalen Strite is his 2nd. 2 more free throw attempts for Caleb Carr. He was the only guy that went to the line back at the first half of the Bulldogs, going 1 out of 2. 66% this year at the line. 11 points to lead Baldwin tonight. Tie game just underway, second half. And now Baldwin back in front. And the Bulldogs find an answer for this man, Tavion Cruz. Sets up Doss, gets it back, and another offensive board. Cruz now with 11 points and 11 rebounds. And of those 11 rebounds, 7 of them offensive boards. Blocking foul as Carr is going to head back to the free throw line for the Bulldogs.
I mean, points in the paint, that's been the majority of Bonner's offense. Haven't really hurt Baldwin from the outside much. They're using that size and athleticism that they bring to the table. They're using it to their advantage.
And certainly not because of a lack of trying to keep Cruz off of the glass. But right now, Baldwin going to have to come up with a solution to Tavion Cruz because he is just eating them alive right now with 7 offensive rebounds. That's been the majority of his 11 points have come off of those offensive boards. Baldwin back in front by 1 as the lead continues to flip-flop here early second half on another couple of free throws from Caleb Carr. Cruz. Short, Zimbecki the rebound, has a teammate ahead but can't get it out to him, and it's off of Zimbecki and out of bounds.
Yeah, I think if Joey could have that one back, he'd just hold on to it, get the outlet to one of the Carr brothers, and they'd be off running because they had some numbers up ahead of them.
Have to try and get another stop now as Cruz tries to break down Darnell, then got caught in the air, maybe trying to do a little bit too much that time, turns it over. Timeout, Bonner Springs. 5:49 to go. 32-31 here in the third quarter. The Bulldogs on top by 1. A 30-second timeout here. Bulldog basketball brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. Family-owned company in Baldwin City. It's the perfect place to start your next career. They service many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more, with state-of-the-art machine tools and a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits. Find out more at riceprecision.com. Send an email to jobs at rice-precision.com. 32-31, Baldwin by 1 with the ball. Final regular season game of the year. Bulldogs looking for their 16th win. Bonner Springs at 13-6. Both teams have had solid regular seasons. For Baldwin, it's been more than solid as Caleb kicks it out to Cooper Carr, who knocks down his second three. He's into double figures with 10, and the Bulldogs go up 35-31, their largest lead of the night.
Yeah, the Carr brothers are cooking tonight. Might have saved their best performance as a whole for the last regular season game of the year.
Bulldogs will be back home Tuesday for the first round of Sub-State as Wilson misses the three. Darnell trying to tip it out. It's stripped by Caleb Carr. Englert can't handle it, though. Back out to Doss. His three misses long. Wilson with another offensive rebound. And now Stripe misses the three. Missed everything. Out of bounds to Baldwin.
Some of these offensive rebounds are just tough luck. They're just bouncing right out to Bonner Springs players.
Baldwin will host. I'm telling you, it's most likely, but going to be Iola, I believe. Should be. We'll see officially tomorrow. Have to keep putting the disclaimer in case for some reason I'm wrong. Here's Carr for three, and another one. Caleb has knocked down 3 triples, 18 points on his senior night here in the Doghouse.
That three-point line's been an X factor for the Dogs tonight.
8-0 run by Baldwin has him up 7. Strite misses the three, and it's Caleb Carr on the rebound. A foul in the backcourt committed by Bonner Springs.
It's already the 4th team foul on Bonner.
And
Baldwin
another timeout. Sorry, Ryan. Yeah, another timeout, and you're right. The foul's starting to pile up, and the shot's starting to go down for the Bulldogs, who have knocked down a pair of threes their last 2 trips. They lead by 7 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayton Outdoors.
Unbeatable service from a company you can trust. There's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
8-0 Baldwin run, and the Bulldogs are up 7 with 4:29 left to play in the third quarter. Bryce Kessler and Ryan Hilmer here in the Doghouse in Baldwin. Final regular season game, not final home game though. The Bulldogs will be at home Tuesday, and if they win that one, they'll be back home on Friday as well for the Sub-State Championship game. That's the plan, and hope to punch a ticket to Salina to the 4A state tournament. Trying to pick up a big momentum shifting win to close the regular season out as well. Grosner double down low, gets it out to Cooper Carr, who is in double figures with 10 tonight to go along with 18 from his brother Caleb Carr, but he loses it here. Caldwell comes up with the steal. Floats it up off the back iron, and there's that man, Tavian Cruz. A dozen rebounds to go along with his 13 points on the tip-in. 15th double-double of the year in 20 games for Cruz. Darnell blocked by Cruz, who rips it away from him, and a jump ball is called, though, as Darnell was able to tie it up just long enough. The arrow does favor Bonner Springs, though. Darnell will go out. Schoenberger back in. Zimbecki also comes in to replace Englert with 3:47 to go in the third. 5-point game. Baldwin was down 8 early, trailed by 1 at the end of 1. Still was down 1 at the end of 2, and came out and opened this second half well to take a 7-point lead at one point. Cruz dishes to Caldwell, wraps it to Doss, knocked free. Down to the floor goes Caleb Carr with a steal for Baldwin on the 11th Bonner Springs turnover. Caleb pushing the pace up the floor. Didn't like it, pulls it back out, but then it's picked off by Jermaine Wilson, who has an uncontested layup on the other end. Three-point game. A little more than 3 to go in the third. Carr again. Cooper misses that one. Cruz clears his 14th rebound. Stride dumps it to a cutting Cameron Doss for 2. And you talked about how quick things can change, Ryan. Earlier it was Baldwin who made the quick spurt to take the lead, and now it's Bonner Springs with a quick 6 points to close a 7-point gap back down to 1. Timeout Baldwin with 2:44 to go in the third quarter. It's the Bulldogs' turn to try and stymie the momentum, gather their thoughts, and come back with an answer here as the Bulldogs lead by 1, 2:44 to go in the third.
Yeah, I don't mind that kind of a heat check there, that last possession from Cooper Carr. But don't mind it. He's been pretty hot shooting the ball from the outside, so you'll live with that, but you got to get back and be a little bit better in transition on defense. Baldwin right now, they just allowed, 6 straight points, and a lot of those coming off the break. So quick shots can lead to long rebounds and runouts, so you got to get back.
Baldwin will have the ball coming out of a timeout here, see what they can draw up to maybe get them a high percentage look, try and kill this little 6-0 run by Bonner Springs. Braves led by as many as 8 early. Baldwin's largest lead has been 7 tonight. That was earlier in this third quarter. 5 ties, 7 lead changes in this game. Caleb directing traffic here. Has Cruz on him. Gets to Zembecki on the wing. Now Cooper at the point. Off to Caleb. On the foul on Caldwell on that entry pass to Darnell. That's the 5th on Bonner Springs. Baldwin has still not been whistled for a foul in this second half, so we talked in the open about winning the free throw line, and perhaps that'll have a chance to come to fruition here in this second half. Grosner on the tip back from Darnell, does not get the roll, and then Darnell commits the Bulldogs' first foul of the half. It's his second. So Bonner Springs with a chance to take the lead back now. Led by 1 to start the half, quickly fell behind 7. Cruz powers inside, and with the right hand hooks it off the window and in. 15 points alongside 14 rebounds, and the lead is back to Bonner Springs. Darnell has good position underneath. Stride, a smaller defender there on him. They go into him. Darnell, good strong hands on the catch, but Wilson denies it as he blocks it from behind.
A lot of body that time, a lot of contacts. Been a pretty physical game, but unfortunately that time didn't get the call.
And they try to go back to that little lob tip, and this time they weren't synced up. Bulldogs turn it over. 13th turnover of the game for Baldwin. 1:26 to play in the third. 1 point Bonner Springs lead. Cruz spins inside, kicks out to Caldwell. He stumbled. That looked like a travel to me. Yep.
Baldwin just got to take a deep breath right now, set up their best set offensively, and get into it. Been a tough couple last trips down. This lead's all of a sudden dwindled down to 1.
3-minute scoring drought for Baldwin.
I guess they're now down by 1.
An 8-0 run for Bonner Springs turns into a 10-0 run as they once again are able to score in transition. Caleb has had the answer a lot tonight when the Bulldogs needed it most. They need one here to close out the third quarter, down by 3. Fake the give to Cooper Carr and then draws the foul as he turned the corner and got up near the rim. A foul on Bonner Springs is called on Jermaine Wilson, his first, the team's 6th. And to the line for 2 shots goes Caleb Carr, who's knocked down his last 4 at the line. In fact, has knocked down his last 5 in a row now.
I love how much they've been aggressive and attacking, though. You mentioned already 16 fouls, so it could be an entire fourth quarter full of free throws.
I would say, and Baldwin's made their free throws, but that's giving too much credit to everybody else. It's Caleb Carr has made his free throws because nobody else has been to the line. He's the only guy who's gone to the free throw line tonight for the Bulldogs, and he has now gone 7 out of 8 at the line with 6 in a row, or make that rather 7 in a row being knocked down. It's a 1-point game. Cruz misses but gets his own miss, and he's fouled by Darnell. Another offensive rebound for Tavian Cruz.
So big and strong and athletic. He's hard to keep out of there. When he's got a spot he wants to get to, it's pretty difficult to keep him from doing that.
It's the 3rd foul on Darnell, 2nd team foul of the half on the Bulldogs. Cruz at the line, 67% this year. Putting together a huge line tonight is Tavian Cruz, the 6'4 senior with 16 points and 15 rebounds now, with 9 of his 15 rebounds offensive rebounds. He's going to have a double-double on just offensive rebounds tonight. 43-40 with 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Caleb has the ball here. He hit the 3 to close out the 2nd quarter. Be nice if he had one more in him to end this quarter. Grosner back to Zembecki. We're down to under 10. Caleb takes a peek up at the clock, gets downhill, kicks it out to Grosner, steps into a long 2, and it misses as Cruz gets the rebound to close the quarter. Bonner Springs will take a 3-point lead into the 4th quarter here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
One quarter to go tonight in Baldwin, 43-40. Bonner Springs on top of the Baldwin Bulldogs, a game that has been back and forth throughout. 5 ties, 8 lead changes. And the Bulldogs with the possession to start the quarter. Offensive foul as Darnell gave a little shoulder to Strite, and that is his 4th. 15th turnover on Baldwin with 7:57 to go.
I think that was one that, looks bad, but wasn't as much contact as it looked, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was just all out there on center stage. Nobody else around there. It was just those 2 guys, and so it kind of accentuated, as you're saying. There's Carr with the rebound on the Cruz miss. Carr gets inside, trying to draw another foul, and does. And Caleb will work his way back to the free throw line. That was team foul number 7 on Bonner Springs.
Tell you what, Caleb's arms are going to be pretty red after this one's over.
He continues to attack, and he continues to get to the line where he has gone 7 out of 8 tonight. He's now made 8 in a row at the free throw line. He's up to 21 points in the game. Give him 22. 1 point game. Stripe underneath to Doss. Shuffles it back to Rainey, who kisses it in. Second straight 20-plus game for Carr. Had 20 even on Tuesday night. Now a travel called on Cooper Carr. And that's the Bulldogs' 16th turnover. Stripe pulls it back for Bonner. Cruz gets an isolation out here on Darnell, who is playing with 4 fouls. Deflection and a steal. Lob up to Cooper Carr. Lays it up and in, and it's a 1 point game again as the Bulldogs take advantage of the Bonner Springs Braves going to, I don't know if I'll call it stall mode, but they're certainly pulling the foot off the gas pedal, and now they've turned it over on back-to-back possessions.
He's in trouble. We need a timeout. Oof.
Instead, a turnover as Zembecki then hammers Rainey.
Coach Carr and Blanchard are just losing their minds down there. They were both signaling timeout as much as you could, honestly. Aside from running out on the floor, calling a timeout, they did everything they could.
Unfortunately, did not get the call, did not get the attention of the officials, so Rainey goes to the free throw line, 64% this year. 3 points now off of the bench for Khalik Rainey. Makes it a 2 point game with 5:59 to go. Rainey out, Caldwell back in for Bonner Springs. Brendan Graham as well. Long way to go. This one is far from over with 6 to go. It's potentially going to have a lot more excitement before we're all said and done. These two teams have put on a good show tonight. Cooper Carr just weaving his way through the defense. Ends up having it knocked out of bounds by Cruz.
Yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better finale of a doubleheader to finish the year.
Quick hitter on the inbound to Cooper Carr, who has 14 points tonight. And this is a 1 point game yet again.
I don't know how Bonner lost Cooper on that play. He was wide open right under the basket.
Stride breaks down Cooper, kicks it out to Caldwell. Inside to Cruz, and a foul before the shot. It's number 3 on Reichert, 15th foul on Baldwin. Torres back in, replaces Zembecki for Baldwin. Inside they go to Cruz, kicks it out to Caldwell. Doss backs it to midcourt. Just 7 points tonight. Cameron Doss, they've kept him in check, the leading scorer on the year at 19.5. Tough shot there as Graham sends it off the side of the backboard. Caleb Carr up to Torres, got right in the air, draws the foul, and Talon will go to the free throw line with a chance to put the Bulldogs back in front with 4:59 to play. 4th on strike.
Yeah, heck of a job from Talon that time, just staying under control, getting his man up in the air with the pump fake. He's been so good at that all year. See if he can't convert from the line here.
Torres is only 9 of 15 this year, has not been to the line much, but he steps up and knocks it down. That ties the game. First point tonight from Talon Torres, averages 6.5 points per game. It's been a little bit cold here lately. But he knocks down a couple of big free throws right there, and we are back to a Bulldog lead now with under 5 to go. Baldwin on top by 1. Our 9th lead change of the game. Stride barreled into Carr, no call, and Baldwin can't believe it after they were called for a similar contact on the other end.
That's what Coach Blanchett's saying.
Das for 3, in and out, battle for the rebound, still loose, and Torres scoops it up for Baldwin. Carr is picked by Cruz, who lays it in for Bonner Springs, and the Braves go back up by 1. Tough turnover there, no chance to defend it after you give it up on a one-on-one situation in the backcourt. Carr trying to get it back here on the offensive end is fouled by Caldwell. They'll call the foul on the floor. It'll put Caleb at the free throw line still as they're over the limit. That's their 9th team foul. And it's the 4th on Wyatt Caldwell. But a 1-and-1 here for Caleb Carr, who has gone 9 of 10 at the free throw line tonight, including 9 in a row. Cooper Carr goes out. Zebecki back in for Baldwin.
Big front end here.
Caleb continues to knock down his free throws. The Bulldogs have now gone 12 of 13 at the free throw line. Both teams, for that matter, have made their free throws, as Bonner Springs is 5 out of 6. They just haven't got there as many times. And Carr knocks them both down. Stop me if you've heard this before. It's a 1-point game with Baldwin back in front. Strike kicks it out to Wilson. Missed the 3, but an offensive board by Caldwell. Strike fires up a 3, and now it's saved, but right to Caldwell, who hits the floor on a miss, put back by Wilson. So another couple of offensive rebounds set up the second chance bucket. Timeout Bonner Springs as the Braves go back up by 1 with 3:44 to go. 30-second timeout taken by Bonner Springs. That leaves them with 2 timeouts, Baldwin with 3, with 3:44 left to play in this ball game. Man, it has been physical all night, but it's getting even more physical here, Ryan, in these closing minutes as both teams understand what's at stake, and this is the final minutes. They're leaving it all out there, and it's starting to get a little more than a little physical.
Oh, yeah, it's getting intense in here as well. The student section getting into it. Crowd's been into it all night. It's been a fun one, back and forth, but I was just looking at your board there to confirm Darnell's got those 4 fouls. He's kind of playing at a little bit of a disadvantage right now on the inside, and you're kind of seeing that play out on the offensive glass for Bonner.
An area that they have excelled in all night is the offensive glass, namely Tavian Cruz, who has 9 offensive rebounds himself, but the rest of the team has been a part of it as well, and now a foul, I believe, on Cruz. It's only his first, though, so nothing to worry about too much, but it will put Carr back at the free throw line, and that was their 10th team foul, so it's 2 shots the rest of the way for the Bulldogs with 3:38 to go, and down by 1. First miss since the first quarter for Carr. He had made 11 in a row prior to that miss. 24 points tonight, along with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Missed them both. Caldwell the rebound.
Both of those crawled in and out.
Bonner Springs, a team that plays fast. But with the lead in this game, will they start to ease up a little bit? Not that time. Carr again into the paint, trying to get some contact. Got it up off the glass. Doesn't go for him, though, and it'll go back over to Bonner Springs with 3:14 to go. Das will bring it up for the Braves. Earlier in this fourth quarter, they kind of tried to slow it up a little bit, and it didn't really work so well for the Braves. Sometimes with a team that plays with the pace they do, they're just not comfortable not playing at that speed. And Das fumbles it out of bounds.
Started to do that same thing again right there, and same result. As you mentioned, they're a team that likes to play faster, so I'm not really quite sure why they're slowing it down so much and taking some time off the clock, but either way, here we go.
Baldwin down one with the ball. Darnell gets it back to Caleb Carr, who's put up 24 to lead all scorers tonight, and make it 26 and give the Bulldogs the lead back by one. Oh. And another turnover, second straight possession, and the Braves have turned it over. A chance for Baldwin to extend the lead, and a foul in the backcourt on Stride, who was doing everything he could to not foul, but he just picked up his fifth, and he's out of the game. What a savvy play by Caleb Carr, knowing that Stride was behind him and just egged him into that foul.
Right, absolutely. I mean, if you don't want to pick up a foul, then you don't need to be picking up your man at full court pressure. And Caleb, like, absolutely a savvy play. You feel him back behind you, you just stop and he runs into you. That's a foul.
Well, Carr will go to the line for 2 shots to try to extend a 1-point Baldwin lead. "12 out of 15 now at the line is Caleb Carr. Cruz with his 17th rebound. It's a 2-point game as we come down the stretch here tonight. 2:15 to go. What a night it's been for Cruz. That's a tough step back deep 2-point shot. And I believe Caleb is going to get caught for a foul here. Rainey ended up on the floor as Caleb tried to go in for that rebound, and official likes to call it on Cooper Carr.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's on the Bulldogs, and
right.
It's the second on Cooper and the 16th.
Either way, I thought that they had a decent position in there. I didn't see it. I have to watch it back, but tough call. That's your last foul to give, though, so got to be aware of that.
And it leads to another second chance opportunity here for Bonner Springs. They have fared awfully well on second chance opportunities in this game. Under 2 to play. Crowd's been in it all night, both sides. Been good student sections for both Bonner Springs as the visitor and, of course, the hometown Bulldogs. And there's a turnover. Cruz lost it. Grossner will pull it out. Didn't have a gimme, so he decides to take it back out, set things up, and a timeout taken by the Bulldogs with 1:35 to go. Baldwin will have the basketball up by 2 when we come back. You're watching Bulldog Basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
What a game it's been. 53-51 Baldwin with 1:35 to go. 7 ties, 13 lead changes tonight. Back and forth, these two teams have gone trading blows throughout. 17 turnovers apiece. 2 timeouts to go for each team. Baldwin in the double bonus. Bonner Springs in the 1-1. What a night, what a game it's been. And let's just hope that the finish does justice for what's been an excellent game so far tonight. Cooper to Caleb, and a nice inbound play set up at the timeout. Works for a perfect 2-point play and a season-high 29 points from Caleb Carr.
It's a great timeout, great play drawn up out of it from Coach Blanchett, and great execution.
Baldwin by 4, 1:15 to go. Cruz is fouled by Grossner. That's 4 on Riker and 17 fouls, so Cruz will go to the line for a 1-1. One of our keys, Ryan, was win the free throw line tonight. Baldwin 14 of 18, Bonner 5 of 6 so far. Both teams shooting them well. Baldwin just getting there more often, and that has been a big key to them getting back in and taking the lead here in the second half of this game.
Yeah, got to be ready to box out on this front end if he misses it.
Good news is their best rebounder is the one shooting them. And he says no rebound needed. Cruz will have one more. What a night he's had. 17 points, 17 rebounds. Huge game from Tavian Cruz. And he knocks down both of the free throws. 4 out of 4 now at the line. 2-point game, a minute and a little more to go here in Baldwin. Caleb picked up by Khalik Rainey. Into the corner for Zimbecki. Up top to Grossner. Now Baldwin kind of in that same boat. Got to be smart, don't need to do anything fast, but if you get a good look and a lot of contact as Cooper gets knocked to the floor, no call. But Sam Darnell with the offensive rebound and another timeout for Baldwin. 50 seconds to go, and the Bulldogs will have a chance to draw up another play here out of a timeout as Cooper comes shaking his head back to the bench. He got hammered on that drive, but they are letting him play. It's been physical, and 50 seconds to go. This is not a game for the week tonight, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, it has been physical. It's been back and forth. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better way to close out the regular season here at home. What a night.
Baldwin will be left with one timeout. And again, the Bulldogs will be inbounding here from the sideline with a 2-point lead. They executed to perfection coming out of the timeout last time and got a layup from Caleb Carr, who has a season-high 29 points in this game, 3 shy of his career high of 32. What a night it's been for him on his senior night. He has been big all night long for the Bulldogs, and you have to imagine one way or another he's going to have the ball in his hands in some form here in the crunch time.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously where you're going to go. He's your main playmaker. You look for Caleb to create something, but Cooper's had a nice game himself from the outside, so look for him spotting up, and if they go over to help out on Caleb, he can find his brother and maybe knock down a big 3 here. And if that happens, the top might come off this place.
It was Cooper who had the assist on that last inbound play, his 6th of the night. Inbound they go to Caleb with 48 seconds and counting left in this ball game, and a foul committed by Rainey, which will put Caleb Carr back at the free throw line where he spent a lot of time tonight. This will be his 17th and 18th free throw attempts for Carr in this game. And he has gone 12 out of 16 at the line. 2 shots here for the senior Caleb Carr. And he gets that first one just on that front lip to crawl over. A 30-point night from Carr, a season high. And they've needed every one of them. Four-point game for Baldwin. Doss quickly up the floor for Bonner Springs. Hanging in the air, floating it in with 37 seconds to go. Just his second basket of the second half. 13 straight games in double figures for Doss coming into tonight. He has 9 now with that floater. And he trims the lead back down to just 2 for Baldwin with 37 seconds to go. The Bonner Springs timeout leaves the Braves with 1 as well. So a timeout apiece. And again, the Bulldogs in the double bonus. The possession arrow right now favors Bonner Springs, so perhaps something to note, because as physical as this game has been, everything is not just a guaranteed foul at this point, so any tie-up would go to Bonner Springs, meaning Baldwin has to be extra careful just not to put themselves in that predicament, that they do have one timeout if they do get into bind that they can use.
Yeah, like you mentioned, each team now with only one timeout, so getting down to the nitty-gritty here, only 37 seconds left. I think it's probably a no-brainer where you're going with this one. You're going to get the ball into
no question
Caleb's hands and just let him go to work. He's been incredible here tonight.
How long do you give it if you're Bonner Springs before you eventually foul?
Well, yeah, that's always the interesting question. You want to try to go for the steal immediately, obviously, but it's my opinion you always just want to foul as soon as you can and extend this game out.
Home run pass up to Cooper Carr, who leaked out behind the defense for the lay-in. Baldwin back up by 4.
Didn't even give him a chance to foul. That's a great, huge pass down.
Doss Three-point pull-up misses. Putback is floated in by Jermaine Wilson. Another offensive rebound for the Braves, and it comes at a big juncture. Third offensive board for Wilson, and the stick back gives him 6 points tonight. A 2-point game yet again with 22 seconds to go. And another timeout has been taken. This was Bonner Springs' final timeout, and Baldwin will have it with 22 seconds to go. Man, what a game.
I mean, said it before, couldn't ask for more. This has been a fun one. Crowd's been engaged. The student section's been engaged. Coach is doing a heck of a job drawing up plays during the timeouts, and players just playing their absolute hearts out. It's been a fun one.
How about the Carr brothers tonight? 31 points, 7 boards, and 4 assists from Caleb Carr. 16 points and 6 assists from Cooper Carr. And they seem like it's just been everything to Carr, and if it feels like that, it's because it has been. No other player has made a shot in the second half for Baldwin except for Cooper or Caleb Carr. Talon Torres has 2 free throws. Everything else has come from the Carr brothers. They have scored 29 of the 31 second half points for the Bulldogs.
That being said, everybody's done an excellent job on the defensive end as well, though.
Yes, sorry, I don't mean to. I didn't mean to take away from the effort and everything for the other guys. They've all had a huge hand, but it's just been a tremendous scoring effort in this second half as Cooper got hit on the elbow as he was releasing that pass. And now let's watch here because he got hit, looked like on the funny bone. He was shaking his hand for feeling, and he's now got to go to the line and try to knock down some free throws. He may not be able to feel his fingers.
Yeah, I think he got kind of lucky that time. They could have caught him for travel.
First trip to the line tonight for Cooper. 2 shots, and the first one is up and in.
He doesn't need failing in his fingers, Bryce.
He's tied his career high with 17 points tonight. Another free throw coming to try to make this a 2-possession game with 15 seconds left. And he missed it. Caldwell tapped the rebound to himself. It's a 3-point game, but it's knocked away. Cooper with a steal and the lay-in with 9 seconds to go. What a play by the freshman Cooper Carr. Cruz with 3 seconds puts the 3 up, misses it, and the Bulldogs win it 62-57 on senior night to close the regular season at 16-4. Cooper Carr with a steal and the lay-in to ice it. 19 points, a career high for the freshman. It was his brother's senior night who put up a season-high 31, and his younger brother, Cooper Carr, not to be outdone, comes up with a game-clinching play. What a night for the Carrs, what a night for the Bulldogs, and for that matter, what a night for the Braves. They played very well also. They're going to be disappointed, obviously, that they lost this game, but, I mean, heck, 18 points and 17 rebounds from Tavian Cruz. Are you kidding me? What a line from him. Big shots late from multiple guys for them. This was just a great ball game all around. Unfortunately, one side has to lose, and for Bonner Springs, again, it won't feel good that they lost this game, but hats off to them. What a game they played as well, and Baldwin's certainly going to be happy about a huge win here tonight to close the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, what a game, what a back-and-forth performance from each team. Like you said, Bonner, nothing to be ashamed of tonight. That was a great performance from them. Both teams really came out and gave it their all, but man, what a finale to the year. It was a fun year overall, but that was probably the best one we saw all year, was right down to the last one.
No question, and if you ever want to try and give yourself some momentum going to the postseason, how about a game like that? What a win for the Bulldogs tonight, 62-57. We'll take a timeout, come back and wrap it all up for you after this. Bulldogs cap off this regular season with a 5-point win over the Bonner Springs Braves to finish 16-4.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back inside the doghouse here in Baldwin. The celebration continues for the Bulldogs, who win an exciting one tonight, 62-57. Bonner Springs ends the regular season at 13-7, and the Bulldogs 16-4 to close this season. What a year it's been for the Bulldogs, and what a win it was tonight. It's time to now name tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. I usually like to try and pinpoint one. You just can't do it tonight. Caleb and Cooper Carr, tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. And I bet you Caleb would tell you there's no better way he would like to celebrate his senior night than to share the Player of the Game honor with his younger brother, Cooper Carr. And what more can you say about that duo tonight? The Carr brothers, the whole team, again, outstanding tonight. But the Carr brothers, they were on another level in this game.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. This was a team win tonight. Everybody came out and played their heart out. But Caleb and Cooper, the Carr brothers controlled the game throughout. And really that second half, Caleb did everything, controlled the game. He kept everyone under control. And got to the free throw line. I don't know how many times he got to the free throw line. But, that's
14 of 18 at the line.
14 of 18. I was going to say he did a lot. Good job knocking most of those down, too. I've given him a little bit of grief over the course of this season, a little bit. He needs to work on his free throws, et cetera, et cetera. And he really showed me that he has been tonight. He did a great job. And what do you say about Cooper there late? I mean, that was a heck of a finish. I don't know if I've ever seen a game finish like that. He gets a steal and then just puts it away. The top came off the doghouse tonight, and it was thanks to, in large part, the Carr brothers tonight.
50 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds between Cooper and Caleb Carr tonight, as Caleb ends up with a season-high 31, one shy of his career high, to go along with 7 boards and 4 assists, and Cooper Carr with a new career-high 19 points to go along with 6 assists as well. And the Bulldogs win this one 62-57. The Player of the Game brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today to set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. We'll get all the final numbers for you when we check the numbers with New Frontier Tax and Business Services right after this. Bulldogs winners tonight 62-57 over Bonner Springs.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back one final time here to Baldwin tonight. Celebration continuing. It's autograph night as well here on the final regular season game. So they are celebrating that, and as they should. What a night it was. A great basketball here in Baldwin. The girls' game did not disappoint as well. They played a good game on the girls' side. Mariah Noel, one of the best players in the state, put on a great performance for the Bonner Springs girls earlier tonight. in a Bonner Springs victory over the Baldwin girls, 50-38. Noel in that game, 20 points and 11 rebounds. A special night for her. Kirsten Leslie had 16 for Bonner as well. Baldwin got a dozen from Carly Neufeld in a comeback effort that just came up short for them in a loss. But it was a great night, great game to start the night. And then in the nightcap, the best game of the year, hands down. I mean, it was what a night. What more can you say? And just look at some of these numbers as we check the numbers. Brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. They'll help you confidently tackle tax season this year. Even if it's a highly specific situation, they'll make sense of it all for you and meet your critical business needs with minimal investment. Visit newfrontiertvs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. But Bonner Springs tonight, it's two guys in double figures, led by just a monster game from Tavian Cruz. 18 points, 17 rebounds. He had 9 offensive rebounds in this game. He was special tonight. I mean, what a night. His 15th double-double of the year, 19th game in double-figure scoring, his 15th double-digit rebounding game. Huge game from Tavian Cruz, but it came in a loss tonight, so a little bit of a sour end, I'm sure, for him, but don't let that discount what a true performance it was from Cruz. Kalen Strite with 11 points tonight before he fouled out in that fourth quarter. Cameron Doss, only 9 points tonight. Bulldogs kept the Braves' leading scorer on the year, who came in averaging 19.5 to just 9 points. He had just 4 in the second half, so really did a pretty good job on him. They guarded the perimeter pretty well. It was really the putbacks and the offensive rebounding that was what made most of the points for Bonner Springs, and then in transition off of steals, as they had several of the guys off of the bench come up big as well. Kalik Rainey with 4 and Jermaine Wilson with 6 all in the second half for them. Brendan Graham, one of their starters as well, added 4. For the Bulldogs, leading the way was Caleb Carr, a season-high 31, one shy of his career high of 32. Cooper Carr added 19. That's a new career high for Cooper. And they combined for 50 of the Bulldogs' 60 points tonight. Joey Zembecki, Riker Grossner each with 3, Talon Torres with 2, and Sam Darnell with 4. The 2 Talon Torres free throws, the only 2 points scored in the second half, not by Cooper or Caleb Carr. The Carr brothers scored 30 of the Bulldogs' 32 points in the second half of this game. Caleb led the team in rebounding with 7 tonight while going 14 of 18 at the free throw line. He dished out 4 assists as well. Cooper led the team in assists with 6. Darnell pulling down 5 Bulldog rebounds in this game, with 3 of them coming on the offensive end. And we talked about limiting turnovers as one of our keys tonight. And I don't know that they necessarily limited them too much. They had 17 turnovers in this game, but they forced 18, so they were able to make up for that, if you will, and kind of make the turnover battle a wash. But our other big key was win the free throw line. Close games, you got to win that free throw battle, and boy did they. 17 of 22 for Baldwin, 7 of 8 for Bonner Springs. Bonner made their free throws, but they only shot 8 of them, while Baldwin knocked down 17 of 22, a plus 10 at the free throw line, and a 5-point win.
Yeah, you got to give Caleb Carr a lot of credit for that, too. He stayed aggressive throughout, and he kind of was the Caleb Carr of old, if you will. He used to get to the free throw line a ton. In recent games, he wasn't getting there as much, but tonight a little reminiscent of that, and he brought it back and did a great job from the line. And overall, just a really fun game. What a way to end the year, and it's been a really fun year for us, Bryce. I think we're going to be doing the sub-state games, so we're not quite done yet, but hopefully Baldwin can keep it going here. It's been fun so far.
There's lots of red tape sometimes that you have to get through to be able to do postseason broadcasts in the state of Kansas, but thankfully the Bulldogs are at home, and that makes it a lot less you have to jump through, a lot of fewer hoops you got to jump through. So we will have Bulldog basketball for you next week during sub-state, as long as they're at home. So that means for the boys, as long as they win, we'll have them here at home, because they will be a number 3 seed. They'll play at home Tuesday against unofficially Iola. We'll find out officially tomorrow. And then if they win that one, they'll be back home again on Friday for the sub-state championship. The girls, however, there's a little bit more up in the air. They will be home on Wednesday for the first round, which we will have here on Baldwin Sports Live as long as they're home, and they should be home. They will be home. I'll say that on Wednesday. They may not be home on Saturday for the championship. There is a possibility they will be, but it would take one of the top 4 seeds losing in their home or in their first game of sub-state. So the top 4 on the East. So Baldwin will go in as either the 5th or the 6th, and so they will not be guaranteed a sub-state home championship game. Possibility they could get it, but if they go on the road, we won't be able to do that one. If they're at home, we will. So anyway, that maybe not completely clear, but either way, tune in next Tuesday. I don't have an official game time. I was told it'll either be 6 or 7 for those games. So you can find out more. I'm sure social media for Baldwin and the high school will be tweeting that out. You can get onto the K-Show website as well, and they'll have those brackets posted. The seedings will all become official, and the brackets posted tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So looking forward to the postseason next week, and obviously the teams are as well. They're both going to go in with momentum. Even though the girls lost tonight, they had won 5 in a row coming into tonight, and they held their own against one of the best teams in the state in Bonner Springs in Class 5A. And so they'll still be, I think, with some momentum going in, and certainly the boys will, off a 16-win regular season and an exciting win tonight. For Ryan Helmer, I'm Bryce Kessler. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hope you had as much fun as we did. The Baldwin girls losing 50 to 38 earlier tonight, and the Baldwin boys cap it off with an exciting victory, 62-57 over Bonner Springs. We'll see you next week for postseason hoops here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.